And my microphone was muted. Okay, so there we go. I kind of forgot how to do a live stream there for a minute, but that's how we like to start, right? How's everybody doing this evening? Pop in here to the chat real quick. Let's see. We got Stacy. Hi, thanks for popping in here this evening. We will get to questions in just a moment. Tonight I wanted to get in here and talk about what I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome's subscriber week sale. That was the one that took place the first week of January. And I brought my good friend Jordan in from the Movie Den because he got some things as well. So we're going to pop him in here real quick, and I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys because he's got some good stuff going on over there.
Hey, what's going on? What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, yeah, guys. Well, I'm Jordan, the Movie Den. I don't know if you guys have watched me, but yeah, I'm just I don't know. I just like to hang out and talk about movies and basically anything movie related, whether it's, soundtracks. I've been collecting vinyl, so I'm big on that. Physical media, just all that fun stuff. Like to have a good time.
Awesome. Well, that's why I wanted to bring you on, man. I just like hanging out with people that like to have a good time. And not a lot of people like to even collect Vinegar Syndrome, let alone admit they collect it, and talk about what they got and that kind of thing. So I like to get some guys on here every once in a while. I did this last year with Cody over at Dude Who Loves Movies. Me and him got together and did something very similar. Like I said, I just like to do, once a year, do a little one-on-one, just kind of hang out. Because I feel like you have to have a certain taste in movies to appreciate Vinegar Syndrome. So
they definitely have their niche of films that they like to focus on. And what's kind of cool about Vinegar Syndrome is, they have it's weird because they have their niche, but they also cover all genres in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're good at what they do. That's the thing. Like, if you like what they do, you're getting a good product.
Not only that, definitely. And their transfer. I mean, if you're big with transfers and stuff, like I know, there's a couple in here that on the transfers are okay, but majority their work that they do, their restorations, and they're really, really, really good at what they do in that aspect too.
Yeah. Well, let me pop in here real quick because I got a few people here in the chat. Just want to pop in real quick and say hi to them. We got Jane Doe Let. That's my mom there. Thanks for popping in, Mom. And then we got Stacy here, Acres of Movie. What's your favorite 2000s sci-fi movie?
It's funny because I was looking. I saw that question pop up before we actually it really went live because I was looking like, oh, good Lord. Because I'm terrible off the cuffs, like picking movies. But I was just going through a list, and there's a few actually good ones. But the one that sticks out, and I don't hear a lot of people talk about, The Butterfly Effect.
Oh, dude, I love The Butterfly Effect.
Heck yeah, dude. That movie's good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
and the second one holds up very well for a sequel as well. I haven't seen part 3, but I
haven't either.
I have them in a double pack on Blu-ray with part 1 and 2.
Okay.
So
so I'm gonna go with The Butterfly Effect for me.
Okay. Sci-fi. I'm just gonna go with everybody's. I'm gonna go with my favorite that everybody loves to hate. I'm gonna say Battlefield Earth. Everybody loves to hate it, but man, I watched that movie. I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 months ago, sometime last spring, and I still had a blast with it. I mean, John Travolta just eats up every scene.
Yeah, dude. If you enjoy it, take it.
What's up, Teasy? Thanks for popping in, dude. I appreciate it. Excited for the stream. Thanks. Do you like the Net computer? Oh, yeah. Sandra Bullock. I mean, there's not many things with Sandra Bullock I don't like. So, have you seen that one? The Net?
I have not. No. When she saw The Net, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So, no, I'll check that one out.
Yeah, it's a computer thriller from, I believe, 1995, 1996. The internet was real new.
So. Oh, perfect. Well, there's something in here that goes with our Vinegar Syndrome stuff we're going to talk about.
We got Brian in here. What's up, dude? Thanks for popping in.
What's up?
I
What's going
think
on,
he's
Brian?
gonna have a good time in here tonight. We're gonna be talking some goofy stuff, I think, and some long lost films. And I know that's right up Brian's alley because he is a filmmaker, so he loves the fact that films don't get lost. We got a super chat. Thanks, Mom. I do have a goal up tonight for 5 $2 super chats. If we can do, if we can make $10 in an hour, well, you guys will get another live stream out of me this week. And hint, I'm going to Orbit, so it might be in store. It might just be an in-store live stream. But I might do that regardless. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to show off because I did something with Vinegar Syndrome that I don't normally do. And I only bought one blind buy. I actually bought a whole bunch of stuff that I've seen and I knew what I was buying. Usually with Vinegar Syndrome, it's a bunch of blind buys, and I'm just kind of like asking a bunch of friends, hey, what would you get? You know, I take a bunch of recommendations.
Yeah.
This time I basically got things that I kind of knew what they were. We got Tiana Loves Movies in here. How you doing, Tiana? Thanks for popping in.
Hey, what's going on?
Great channel member, great friend, always in here hanging out when she can be. Hey, we're two of the most awesome guys on the YouTubes. Yes, I know Tiana just recently got her first Vinegar Syndrome. I seen her post that on
Really?
Instagram. Yeah. I
That's
don't
awesome.
remember what it was. She'll have to maybe remind me. Whoop whoop, swill. Up. I haven't met anybody who is ashamed of their Vinegar Syndrome collection. No, that's true. That's true. But I'm sure there's people that bag on Vinegar Syndrome that secretly have some sitting on their shelf.
Oh, dude, that's all. You go on the Vinegar Syndrome Facebook groups, that's everywhere. Man.
That's everywhere. Yeah.
Dude,
And
it's
I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a Beastmaster sitting on your shelf. Like,
oh, that and a 6-string samurai for sure.
got some highs back and forth. We got 80s Made. How's it going? Everybody, please make sure to go check out 80s Made if you're not subscribed to him. He does a live stream every Saturday morning. If I'm not oversleeping, that's where you're gonna find me, is hanging out in his chat.
That's like my new Saturday morning cartoons has been replaced by 80s.
Yeah. Well, he talks about, he does the Saturday mornings and then he watches a movie. Well, usually I watch him go live and then I'll eat lunch and then I go live, is what I've been doing the last few Saturdays.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
We got Joel in here, Darkroom Reviews. Everybody, please go check him out as well. He's making almost daily content now, I think. He's staying really busy over there on posts and whatnot. Butterfly Effect is fantastic here. I got to see my clock to see how far behind I'm falling, because I'm sure I'm falling pretty far behind. Oh, only 4 minutes. I usually get about 10 minutes behind in the chat.
Oh, no, you're good.
And so many alternate endings. Yeah, I know. I wonder if we'll ever get an edition that has all of them kind of put together. You know? Or do we have one that you know of?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I've only seen, like, I think on DVD back in the day. That's the only time I've seen it.
Yeah.
And then streaming, I've seen it every now and then.
I want to say there's some kind of boutique label that has the first one out in some kind of big chunky box.
I don't know.
Still like, I say I'm new, but I'm still only like 2 years into the game on boutique labels in general. So like 2 years is nothing. Like, I'm still like toe tipping, you know. Yes, the net is awesome, and that's what I'm doing as well, because I have it on DVD in like a Sandra Bullock Leading Lady 3-pack or something, and I'm using this year to do a lot of format upgrading, mainly to start cutting back on my shelf space. DVDs take up a lot of space, and I'd rather put 4Ks and Blu-ray cases in those spaces instead.
There you go.
For every like 2 DVD cases, you get like 3 Blu-rays or 4Ks. So it starts adding up how many more movies you can fit. We got Van Gool. What's going on, dude? Thanks for popping in. Uh-oh. I think I know what Brian's next video is going to be.
You
I
know,
loved it. I loved it when you guys were all talking about The Rock, and then he makes the video about it, because I went over to my parents' house. I was like, hey, we got to find a way to watch The Rock, because it's what everybody's talking about. And it was, for us, like, we probably ran through 2 VHS tapes of that movie in the
mhm.
90s, watching it so much. Like, we wore VHS tapes out of The Rock.
So I don't know. Did you watch? I'm assuming you watched Brian's video on The Rock.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so in that video he talked about someone told him that they had never seen The Rock, and that's one of the reasons why I made the video. I was the one who never saw The Rock.
Yeah. You were the one that had done that. Now, see, I was actually privy to that knowledge because I was hanging out in the Instagram chat.
That's right.
That was going down.
Yeah.
So then when he made the video, I'm like, it's all connected. I know who he's talking about right here.
I
And I
know.
was like, I gotta go watch The Rock.
Yeah.
So me and my wife started watching it back in the bedroom. She had never seen it before. And I was just starting to get a little tired and nod off, because it's a little over 2 hours, and we started it pretty late at night. And I told her, I said, even though I'm streaming this, I still have to give the stream a better due diligence, and I'll just watch it out on the OLED when I can actually sit down and have time and I'm more wide awake, because The Rock deserves my respect. So
I wouldn't have known until a couple weeks ago. So, and I agree. I agree with you.
it's so good, man. Michael Bay. He is one of my favorite directors.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Let's see. Rank anticipation for career opportunities, FX box set, and Time Cop in order of anticipation level. Okay. Well, I'll go from most anticipated to least. I'm most anticipated for Time Cop, because I freaking love Time Cop. That's probably my favorite Van Damme movie. And the fact that Shout Factory is doing it means it's going to probably be a very good, like, cut of that, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure somebody will probably correct me, but I feel like the best physical media version of Time Cop that we have still exists on HD DVD, because the HD DVD has a better transfer than the Blu-ray, and I don't think the Blu-ray's ever been upgraded.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for Time Cop. FX, I've never seen those, but I'm gonna put that next, because it's 2 movies in one for the same price as a regular Arrow release anyways. And then I'm gonna go with career opportunities, only because I don't get super hyped for Kino. I love Kino, but Kino's like the bottom tier of my excitement when it comes to like their releases.
I'm gonna go reverse order of you did. So my least, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm not the biggest Van Damme fan. I just personally, I don't get the hype of him. I mean, he's cool, but I know a lot of people like put him up on a pedal, like Bloodsport.
Okay.
Like that's everyone.
Okay, well, you're gonna get no hate from me, because I don't have that affiliation with him to Bloodsport. I'm not really the biggest fan of him just in general. My dad watched a lot of his movies throughout the 90s. It was just the one that I kind of grabbed onto and gravitated to, with Time Cop. And that's because they used to play that movie a lot on either TNT or USA. And they would always play it like as a Saturday night into Sunday morning movie. So I caught that one a lot on TV growing up, but I'm not really a big fan of Van Damme either. So you're not hurting my feelings with that. So we're just having all kinds of hot takes tonight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then next, I'm going to go with career opportunities, specifically for Jennifer Connelly.
Fair enough. Fair
enough. And then the FX box set. Now, I've actually never seen those either. However, so I saw the trailer for them and I was instantly hooked. I think it looks fantastic. You have a guy who's getting recruited, from the government because of his work in FX.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's
I am excited for the movies, but see, the reason why I have to put FX at the bottom of my anticipation, like most anticipated list, is because it's a UK only release, which means they're region B locked Blu-rays too.
Yeah.
And I do have a region free player now. I finally got one for Christmas this year, so I can go down that rabbit hole. But it's one of those things where, like, for the most part, I don't have a lot of friends that do, but I always like to be like, yeah, if you guys want to, you could pull this right off the shelf and borrow it. I don't really let a lot of people like that. But
Yeah.
if I start getting a bunch of Region B stuff that does have Region A versions, it's like, and I feel like FX is one of those ones that they're going to turn around and do a US version in like July. Because Arrow does that. They did that with the Hellraiser box set. They did
Yeah,
that with the Psycho box set. So they've been known to do that. So
yeah. We'll see.
now, are you region free?
Not officially. So I have that UB820, the Panasonic.
You got the button press.
You got the button mash. I got to button mash it, and so most region Bs I can bypass. The only one that doesn't work is 88 Films. I bought the Urban Legend trilogy box set from 88, which is a Blu-ray trilogy box set, and I tried every single movie in that box set multiple times, and I can't watch it. So that's my big purchase I want to do this year, is to at least get a region free player. I'll even get like a real cheap one just to get me there, and then maybe save up later for a nicer one.
Now, my suggestion, and I'm throwing this out for anybody listening because I think it's a pretty good idea. If you're down for gaming, if you get a PlayStation 5 Slim, in the lifetime of that disk drive, you can change the region coding on that disk drive. And when you change it, it permanently stays. So you could change the region code to the PS5 to a region B and still use your standalone player for all your US stuff. Yeah, and then your PS5 becomes your region B player.
I've heard that.
But it's only on the slim ones that have the detachable disk drive. And they do that because the disk drives are region-free disk drives. So you set your region when you pop it onto your system or when you turn it on, and you can make it a region B player. So for anyone that's not in the know, if you're kind of looking for a PS5 around tax time, you can make that your region-free Blu-ray player. And the PS5 is not the best 4K player, but it's a really good Blu-ray player for a Blu-ray player, you know. I know people that still use PS3s for Blu-ray players. So we got super sticker from Dark Room Reviews. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate that, my friend. And we got Van Gogh. He hit us with another $1.99. I'm gonna get too far behind if I don't roll with it. I'm 10 minutes behind. That's my normal. Brian, what's up, B-dubs?
What's up, Brian?
Check out Brian as well. He's always got some cool unboxings going on. I think his Vinegar Syndrome unboxing just went up today as well.
Yeah.
So I think everybody's just starting to finally get their January stuff in. And I think it's quicker this year than it was last year for anybody that's kind of new to Vinegar Syndrome. They did get a little quicker with this one. Well, yeah, but you've been making your posts and stuff and telling people you got stuff in the works. You're always active over there. That's what matters. It's commentary track mutes the movie audio when it plays, and the commentary doers are not familiar with the movie. I missed something. Oh wait. Oh, do you have the Vinegar Syndrome Fun City Married to the Mob Blu-ray? Its commentary track mutes the and they're not from. Ooh. Well, why would you have people that don't know the movie doing the commentary and the movie's muted? That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Is that like like a brand new audio commentary that Vinegar Syndrome did for them? That's weird.
It might be, but I would highly doubt it. It's probably archival. Fun City. I wonder if that's. I wonder if it's like a partner label.
Let's see.
Oh, Married to the Mob on VHS. You know, I know you don't really mess with DVDs too much. The Married to the Mob Blu-ray, I know you don't mind paying the pretty penny for the Blu-ray, but I almost feel like it's going to be one of those kinos to get a 4K soon. 80s, if you just want to get it in your collection. I've been seeing it pop up at Dollar General for about $6 on a Kino Lorber DVD. So if you just want to get the upgrade from the VHS for a bit, because it's an out of print Blu-ray, I almost think it's about to get that Blu-ray. So I wouldn't spend $80 on the Blu-ray. Hi, Jaden. Thanks for joining in. Do you want to see a Streets of Rage movie? I mean, I like video game movies for the most part.
They're hit or miss for me. I'll tell you one that I actually like that did terrible, and I thought it wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad, was that newest Tomb Raider. It wasn't terrible.
I haven't seen it. I actually ended up getting that at a bookstore for like $6 on 4K with like a really decent condition slipcover. I'm like, $6 for the 4K and it has a slipcover?
Yeah,
okay.
That's how bad it did.
Yeah, and that's terrible because from what I understand, it fits those new Tomb Raider games. They're like 10 years old now.
Yeah, I know
but
what you're talking
the
about.
newer ones,
Yeah.
apparently the movie's like almost a carbon cut copy in terms of like going beat for beat for the game. If you like the game, you probably like the movie, from what I understand.
It's very similar, yeah.
Well, see, the thing that I'm learning about some of the video game movies, like my thing, like that new Resident Evil, the reboot they did a couple years ago, the Welcome to Raccoon City, nobody likes it. But if you actually watch it and you play the first two games, it's actually the stories of the first two games. So the story is actually perfect.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just one of those things where the story for the games just don't translate well to the screen, because everything was beat for beat like the game. It just didn't really translate well to the big screen.
And that's what I think it is. And the only thing I really remember about that movie is the CGI cow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Time Cop. Yeah, see, me and my mom, we might be a little biased. Time Cop's our favorite Van Damme.
That's all right.
The FX box set is number 1, Time Cop number 2. Okay. Well, see, hey, that's what I love. Everybody's got a couple. Everybody has like a different kind of like anticipation. That's what I love about physical media, because like you cannot be interested in it, but somebody else is. Everything sells. Everybody wants something. Don't lie, Jeff. Career opportunities only for Jennifer Connelly. I mean, I suppose so. I don't really know Jennifer Connelly from much other than like Labyrinth. I'm really bad with like tying people to movies. Like I'll be watching a movie, I'm like, they're in this movie, but what's their name? And then I'll like look them up, and they were in like 20 movies I've seen.
Yeah.
So I have a hard time following actors and having crushes on them because I can't remember their names to have crushes on them. It's terrible, and it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse since I've gotten a little bit older. About, I guess that was probably about 8 years ago or so. I had a stroke, and so I have like I have like memory issues with like certain actors and stuff sometimes. So like like you said, those on the spot questions. If I don't have IMDb right here, I'm not very good at answering those questions sometimes.
Well, you have, see, I don't have an excuse then. I just
my brain just gets slow sometimes. No.
Yeah.
The imprint box set has career opportunity. Oh, now see, I'm almost guaranteeing that 80s has that, because I know he's an imprint fan. I believe it was just the other day, or a video he was on, maybe a live stream, he was talking that imprint was his favorite label, I believe. I don't think I really paid much attention to him until they did the Blair Witch Project, and then they turned around and did that really big never-ending story.
Oh yeah. The Blair Witch, I have that. It's okay.
Yeah, I heard the second sight was better, and I really hope the second sight comes back around.
It should. Yeah, I believe they are.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
I figure they want to fix everybody's first and then re-put it out and get it going. Time Cop is a classic, so fun. Yes, yeah. Like I said, I like it. I haven't seen it since probably 2002 or 3, so it's probably going to be like super cheesy, but hey, I'll take it. You need to watch FX and FX2.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I have mine pre-ordered.
You have to get those from either like Orbit Diabolic or straight from like Arrow UK, right?
Yeah. So I got mine through Arrow UK. Because with Arrow, you don't have to fork out the money right up front. You can pre-order it, and they don't charge your card on file until it ships. So I was like, well, I'll pre-order it as a placeholder, and then as it gets closer, if I want to get it from somewhere else, I'll snag it there. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna try to start getting into this groove. I say it a lot, but I want to try to get into this groove where I'm going to orbit just like once a month and picking up everything I want at once.
That'd be
The
nice.
problem with that is I'll probably miss stuff because like I was kind of hoping to go and pick up Panic Room Steelbook on Saturday when
Yeah.
I go, and they've already sold out of their pre-orders. Like it's not even they're not even going to have any for release date. And I'm like, okay, it doesn't even come out till Tuesday, and I can't pick it up on Saturday because you're already out of stock.
Yeah, that's a pre-orders lately. It's been the, if you don't get it on pre-order, a lot of the stuff you're out of luck.
Yeah,
Those
I
pre-orders
was
are
just
getting
hoping you'd
ridiculous.
have some in store. I was like, hey, I'm going to pick up a Tuesday release on Saturday. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh yeah.
You know that YouTuber mentality. If I can
Oh
get it and
yeah.
I can make that video on Sunday.
Trying to beat the release so it's ready when everyone gets it.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, go region free. That's what I say. I was fortunate enough to get that gifted to me from my wife. She gets on to me sometimes about some of my buying habits, but she feeds them, so it kind of is what it is, right? If she gets me the region free player, I have a reason to buy the movies now.
See, what you do is I just every once in a while I'll buy a movie specifically for my wife, and then it holds her off for a little bit.
Oh, I find stuff for mine all the time. She loves movies just like I do.
Yeah,
Um,
that's cool.
her dad was a big movie buff, so.
Okay. Okay. That's awesome.
And then I guess Chris would like you to send him the useless box set.
No, you could send me your region free player though. We'll do a little swap. I'll give you my box set, and you can send me your UB 9000 you got over there.
Yeah. Yeah, they did do that at first with all the PS5s, and they took it away, and then they have to do it with the disk drive ones since they're universally swappable everywhere in the world with the region free stuff. But
Oh, okay.
I actually my local game store got a really sweet like God of War I think it was a Japanese model PS4 Pro in. I'm like, I kind of want that just to play Region C. But why would I do that when I could just get a Region free player? Why? Like it would be a really cool looking box.
I was gonna
But
say you got a cool region player right there.
it was like, I don't know, it was like they wanted like $350 for it. I'm like, for a PS4 Pro, and the PS5's been out like 2.5, 3 years at this point.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bring myself to do it.
They bought it only for like $100.
Oh, I'm sure. Funny enough, I actually worked in that store when they first opened
Okay.
because I worked at our local GameStop for like 6 years. And
Okay.
then when I got my pre-order in for my PS5 and my Xbox Series X, I'm like, deuces, and I left because they treated all their employees terrible during all like the COVID lockdowns and stuff.
Oh, really?
So I left. I was like, I got my pre-orders in on my consoles. I got all my accessories and my games that I want. I got my little $5 deposits here and there. It's all guaranteed to be mine. Bye. And then I
There
went and
you
I started working for the new retro store that opened up that same year. And I worked
Mhm.
for them for about 2 years.
Nice.
So I messed around with a lot of that around here locally. I would love to have a movie store. I'd much rather work in a movie store because I
Oh,
can sit
yeah,
down
for
and watch
sure.
movies while I work. It's really hard to play games while you work, but you could always have a movie playing in the background behind the counter, you know?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
get a
Nope.
lot of movies watched. Yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Brian talking about his Vinegar Syndrome unboxing. Yes, guys. Yeah, I'm about 10 minutes behind. That's pretty on cue for my live stream. Let's see. We got Movie Hunter in here. Sorry you're late. Nah, I feel you, dude. I had a crazy day today too. I'm sure you guys can kind of hear the tiredness in my voice. I kind of been. Let's see, it's 9:40 p.m. my time, and I've been going at it since about 6:40 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's just one of them days.
Oh, yeah, dude. I had one of them too. So I get it.
But hey, if we do that, we can afford to buy our movies we want in April. That's how
Yeah.
we do it. That's how we do it. We pre-order 3 months in advance.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah. Umbrella, you're pre-ordering stuff for the summer.
I don't know. I don't think we need a new Clue movie. I like the original Clue movie. What do you think Imprint's 90s horror 4K is going to be? And wait,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah. Well, they're announcing. Well, they said today they were announcing it, which they didn't announce the time they were going to announce it, but I don't know. I know 80s had said Jacob's Ladder, which
Okay, that would be dope.
that seems to be kind of what I'm gathering that's kind of the universal everyone's thinking it is. But I've seen some people think it's like Idle Hands, um, Prophecy. So I don't know.
Hmm. Okay. I don't know. Everybody was pretty on. Everybody was almost like 100% positive that we were getting. What was that? The Last Comic Standing or whatever, or
Oh,
the Comedy King, the Comedy King,
King
and
of
then it
Comedy,
was
yeah.
and then it was the girl's jacket from Long Kiss Goodnight, and it's like, well, that does make sense. She does wear a red coat in it, so
Yeah, Arrow's pretty notorious about that, especially like with their announcement they did for Inglorious Bastards was a baseball and a baseball bat and a glove, I think it was, or a
and it was like,
baseball.
wait, didn't we just get the Warriors? Like,
Yeah, I was hoping it was Sandlot, but
yes, somebody needs to do Sandlot some justice.
mhm.
Let's see. Dude, Raccoon City movie is legit. Not a great movie, but topping. Yeah, well, see, not a great movie. That's the tag for Resident Evil franchise, in my opinion. I love the Resident Evil games. Like, I'll
Oh
share some
yeah.
pictures in the next couple of days. I've been wanting to, anyways, on my Instagram. You guys will see. Um, I avidly collect Resident Evil games. I've been playing them since I was probably like 6 years old. We're playing Resident Evil 1 on the Sega Saturn. Um, so that's why Raccoon City I thought was like legit as a fan of the game, but as a movie lover, yeah, there's only really one good Resident Evil movie, and it's the first one, and that's because the movie itself is like a whole cohesive movie and makes sense front to back. But as a fan of the games, it kind of sucks because you didn't get any of the game characters in it
Yeah, I'll
that
have to go
made
back
any
and
sense.
rewatch that one.
I got the really nice. Oh, you can't see it in the background. It's a little further over on the top of the shelf now, but I got that really nice like 4K box that it's like branded for PS5.
Oh,
I
that's
ended up
cool.
finding
That's
that at a
cool.
bookstore for like $50, and the digital codes even worked in it.
There you
Kind of blew
go.
my mind. Let's see, my mind's on Jacob's Ladder or Devil Dust or Dust Devil. Dust Devil. Okay, okay. I don't think I've heard of Dust Devil, but I've definitely heard of Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of Dust Devil either, but yeah, I'm with you on that with Jacob's Ladder.
Okay. What are each of your favorite Steven Seagal movies?
Mine's Under Siege.
All right. Yeah, I love Under Siege. But I might go with I believe is it Cradle to the Grave? Is that the one that he did with DMX? No, that's not it. That's the one with
I don't.
Jet Li. Which is the one he did? Exit Wounds. I'm gonna
Oh
go with
yes.
Exit Wounds because it's got DMX.
Oh.
It's not even good. But I like Half Past Dead as well. He was in that one. And Under Siege, but I just didn't want to have the same answer as you. But Under Siege, I got those in a double pack, and I like both those.
I
I
think
usually
that's
watch those back.
kind of the popular answer would be Under Siege.
Yeah. Above the Law's good though too, but that was like his first big movie, I think. So it just kind of has to be a default favorite for some people, anyways.
Yeah.
A lot of people guessing Jacob's Ladder,
Mm-hmm.
Under Siege, and Day. Day. I don't think I've seen that one. Yep. Huge Imprint fanboy. That's what I thought. If I have a Imprint question, I'm going to 80s.
Yeah, I really like all their TV shows they've been doing too.
Oh yeah, they have. They've been doing quite a bit lately.
Yeah.
Oh, where he plays himself in the movie. I kind of remember that. I remember seeing, the commercials for it, but and thought that it looked very funny. That it seemed like he was kind of breaking the fourth wall. But like I said, I was never a fan of his enough to really see it. I do think that there was one movie of his, maybe, and it might have been like in 2021 that I seeked out on purpose, and I think it was like a big Amazon Prime thing. It was called Welcome to the Jungle.
Okay.
And that was like it was like his, it was supposed to be like his big like welcome back to action, and he was the worst part of the movie. The rest of the movie was awesome, and then it was like every time he was on the screen, it was like, why? Kind of sucked. Mine is Marked for Death. Hey, Marked for Death is good. Let's see. What movie that does not have a commentary yet do you want one for? I'm not gonna answer that because I don't really mess with commentaries.
Yeah, I want to, and I'll be honest, commentaries for me, I haven't listened to a lot of them. I want to get into them. So that's kind of a subject that I don't really know. I couldn't
Yeah.
answer, I guess is what I'm trying to say for that one.
Yeah, pretty much me too. I watched a handful of commentaries back in like the DVD days when that
Mhm.
was like the selling point of, hey, to upgrade your VHS. And then it's gotten to the point now where instead of watching a commentary on a movie I've already seen, I'd rather watch a new movie. I've got just so
Okay.
many I've just got so many movies that I've not seen already here that or even ones not even that I've seen here in terms of like as the size of my collection versus percentage,
Mhm.
I'm probably like a 60-30
Okay.
or like or well, I mean a 65-35 type of deal, like a 65-35 type of deal. I've watched quite a bit of what I have. I don't do a whole lot of
Mhm.
blind buys unless I'm getting them used too often.
Right.
And a lot of my 4K stuff has been upgrades because I was a big DVD guy, or I mean, not a big Blu-ray guy. Like I have almost like 1,000 Blu-rays.
Oh
So
man, you got more than me for sure.
yeah, yeah. I think I'm sitting somewhere around like 875 or something, or 890,
And
or
that's just
I don't know.
Blu-rays?
That's just the Blu-rays. My 4Ks, I just hit 375.
Dang, dude.
So,
Got
but
quite
I
a
just
then.
like, dude, I had like 1,000 movies, not Blu-ray, not DVDs, just Blu-ray 4K before I ever
Mhm.
even knew what a boutique label was. Like I started hearing like everybody on YouTube talking about boutique labels. I'm like, what? And I go off and I just start pulling Screen Factories off my shelf because I just had them mixed in with my Blu-rays. I was buying them at Walmart because I liked the
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
didn't realize that I had boutique labels on my shelf already. I'm like, oh, a boutique label, what's that?
That's when you started separating them all.
And I started separating them all. And now I have a
Mhm.
whole shelf.
Yep, yep.
It be like that.
Yeah, yeah, space.
Did y'all order the constant? No, I didn't. Actually, I'm in a drawing, and I have a. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna win it, but I'm in a drawing for the Constantine 4K Steelbook, and it's for a channel that I'm a member of. So, I
Okay.
mean, I might win it there. I have like a 1 in like 5 or 6 chance, unless he gets a whole bunch of members, and I hope he does. But you have to subscribe to a certain like tier of his membership to be in the
Got it.
drawing to win it, type
Yeah,
of deal.
I pre-ordered mine. So I originally had it through Zavi, and then, I, canceled that one, and I pre-ordered it through the Movie Room, that website, and got them
Yeah.
there.
Now, see, now what I will tell you, because I'm just like everybody else.
Mhm.
I cave. Uh, I was planning on trying to come home with Panic Room when I left Orbit, but if they got Constantine, I'll probably just leave it Constantine. Like I didn't
Yeah.
pre-order it, but I might just leave it Constantine because I don't really know what else is coming out next week.
Well,
I went on the Blu-ray.com app, and I pretty much went from everything between now and May, and I have everything that I want to get kind of already
mhm,
on there, so I can kind
okay.
of pre-plan because I just buy my stuff outright. Like when it's time to pre-order, I'm loading like POSA cards, and then I'm paying with it with a POSA card, so that way it's paid for and done right then and there.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I
nice.
I I got hit with I did that Amazon 3 for 33 deal, and I
Mhm.
did that deal a handful of times over, and some of those movies got pushed out to like 5 weeks after I had ordered them, and I was still getting hit with tags all the way up to like 3 days ago. And I ordered it, and I started ordering those 3 for 33s like on January the 16th or the 15th, and I
Mhm.
was getting hit with $8 and $12 hits all the way up till like
Oh,
2 or
yeah.
3 days ago. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, yeah, I gotta
That's
stop
funny.
that."
I have a sheet on the Google Sheets. I have a spreadsheet, and I'm like constantly just okay, we got this coming. All right, setting things aside, things. Yep, there's a whole
See
system.
see, I gotta figure out how everybody's doing that because see, I don't have a system. I got the Blu-ray app, and I just started that this year.
Okay.
because I couldn't figure out how everybody was keeping up with what was coming out. And then by the time I would see everybody talk about it on YouTube, I had already either missed out on it or there was something else that I'd rather have than that. And it's like, well, if I can pre-plan stuff, so I'll use this app. And I started trying to pre-plan like 2 weeks before Christmas, and my wife's sitting over there sweating bullets because she's like, "Do you want that one?" And I had the Drag Me to Hell steelbook in there.
Oh,
And
nice.
I
Yeah.
don't double dip. Like if I have a slipcover, I'm not getting the steelbook. If I get the steelbook, it's because I don't have the slipcover. I had the steelbook on there because it was coming out like the second week of January, and I'm like, well, I missed out on it. I'm probably not getting a slipcover if I buy it. Well, she was sitting over there asking me if I had it because she bought it for me for Christmas. And she was like, did you want that steelbook? I'm like, no, I just wanted the movie. The steelbook was just the next one that I could possibly pay ahead of time for.
Right.
So that was my mindset on it. And
Dude,
but
nice.
she was like sweating bullets. She was like, I got you that one.
Yeah, I got in trouble because I was making some movie purchases right up to Christmas, and one of them was a movie that they were planning on. My wife's planning on getting me. She didn't tell me that till after Christmas, but
well, see, I have my Blu-ray app, and then I have like this other app. I have these apps and I have these websites, like these URLs that I can share with all my friends and family and all that. I'm like, this is what I got. This is what I got. And as soon as I bring a movie into this room, I scan it into my app, I put it in this box, and then I'll show it off for a haul, and then it goes to the shelf.
That's right. That's
but
it.
It's in the app. It's in the app before I ever show it off on the channel. So my family knows what I'm having before YouTube knows what I have. You know what I mean, or anything like that, or before it's on my shelves or anything.
Yeah.
So it's like they know, but I always have to remember. I have to be very careful with like around Christmas because I like to partake in Criterion. But my mom would partake in Criterion for me as well. Like, I think this year and last year, like I got like five or six Criterions between the last two Christmases from my mom because she always sets up the 50% off sale or the in November. She's always like, you better be careful about what you buy because you're getting something from Christmas. Like I'm gonna go through. And I'm like, well, I have a wish list of like 45 movies for Criterion, and you can go to the Criterion website and search for my wish list.
There you go.
So I try to make it easy for people to buy stuff for me, but the problem is like, I mean, we wait long enough, we just buy it ourselves, right?
That's usually how it is. Yep.
Let's see here. I'm still like super far behind the chat. Let's see. There's some chatting going on. Zombie Nightmare Steelbook set I pre-ordered for December. A 10-month pre-order. Yes. See, now I know Zombie doesn't charge until they ship, but that price is just.
Well, even I've noticed Zombie, you're paying a little more for the same movie than, like, let's say I pre-ordered through Zombie, because I've done this before. I pre-ordered a Steelbook on Zombie, and it shipped. I paid for it. Well, I went on like Orbit or Diabolic or Atomic, whatever it was, and it was like $10 cheaper, maybe a little more.
Yeah.
And because you're paying for the shipping, overseas.
Yeah.
At least for I am.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, I just didn't really. To be honest, like I like Nightmare on Elm Street, but I loved the old Snapper Case DVD collection.
Yeah.
I like a Steelbook, but the majority of my Steelbooks came out of like clearance or dump bin, or it was just a movie that I really liked on release date and grabbed it, but that doesn't happen very often. I'm just not a big Steelbook guy. Okay. I would actually much rather see like a Nightmare on Elm Street slipcover box set.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm hoping for is, because if you go on Blu-ray.com, and 80s showed me this.
They have them individually.
Yes. So my wish is, so that nice UK box we got with the Steelbook in and all the extra stuff.
Yeah, it looks like the old VHS tape kind of, right?
Yeah, but it's like a chunk
like
of glove on it and all that stuff. Yeah. I want them to do that for each a Nightmare on Elm Street. I'd be down for that. But if not, I think I'm just going to get them individually and then hit up like Blockbuster box sets, because I know he's doing a set for that, and I'd rather have that than that expensive Steelbook set.
and I went ahead on that 3 for 11 or that 3 for 33 deal on Amazon. They had the Nightmare 4K, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm like, hey, for $11, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and grab Nightmare. Like, and I laughed at people for buying it because I'm like, you're gonna buy it and they're gonna turn around and do the whole set. But then like for $11, I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy it, then I'm gonna buy the set, and then I'm gonna gift this one to my son. So like to
There you
me,
go.
I know I can turn around and gift it right away, right?
Mhm.
So no big deal. But if they do the rest of them individually and they all have like the red slip covers, I'd rather have that and then get a box set from Blockbuster box set to put all of those in, because I think that'll
Mhm.
be way nicer than anything I'll get from any company.
Yeah.
I'm really digging Blockbuster box set. My only issue that I noticed was like that Rocky set was very tempting, but it's $100 to get all of it together without movies. And I'm like,
Yeah. I bought
oh,
the
because then I got to buy the movies for like another $80, and then I'm almost $200 in for that
Yeah,
set.
I bought the I don't know if you can see it. It's up there over right there. There, the Halloween, like the
Yeah,
13 movie. That was pricey, but it's my favorite franchise. So that's why I picked it up. But yeah, no studio or anybody's gonna do something like that.
yeah, yeah. Now see, now I wasn't like I wasn't like I didn't put my nose up to the Rocky box set, but I don't like
Mhm.
Rocky like that. To me, I can go get that ultimate knockout set with the 6 of them in the digipacks, and then just go buy some cases from him and put them all in jewel cases on my shelf. I don't need no box for Rocky. Like,
Okay.
that's just how I feel about the Rocky franchise, but
Yeah.
everybody has their own favorites. What I'm upset that I missed out on, because I started buying them for that Amazon sale, was the 90s Batman movies, and I really want his 90s box set for the 90s ones, because
That was cool.
that was a cool box set. And
Yeah.
that was just before I really like, I followed him on Facebook, but he didn't really have like a whole lot of people like talking him up and saying that he was making good product. Like, he was still really early in on that.
Yeah.
And I had some other slip covers from other people from a couple years ago that were making them, and they're all on my shelf sticky. So like I was kind of tiptoey around, but now I've seen what he does and I've seen his work, and it's like, yeah, I would fully endorse Blockbuster box sets
Yeah. Yeah.
to
No,
the
he's got some good
fullest.
stuff. He's got some.
But I had to wait because there's been so many people in that custom slipcover and custom box set. And like I said, I got some slips on my shelf that are custom that are sticky, like to the touch.
Oh.
And it's like, and I wasn't sure how his were gonna be. And when he had his box sets on there starting off the prices, I was like, well, let's see if we get some user reviews. And then by the time people start talking good about his stuff, all the ones that I thought were cool were sold out because they were cool. Like, everybody thought they were awesome because
Yep.
they are. So
Yeah, they are.
but
Definitely.
he said, you know, some of his older stuff might come back, but he's working on some new things. And
Mhm.
I just tell everybody what I would do is I would personally, if you have a Facebook, I know some people don't mess with Facebook nowadays, but if you have one, I'd follow him on Facebook because he shares everything he's doing on there, like
Yeah,
picture for picture.
that's where I first found him was on Facebook, and then from there just started buying his stuff. But it was Facebook, the Facebook groups where I found him.
Yeah.
So
Now, do some people already have that Rocky set? I feel like somebody was showing it off, but I don't know if
um,
they actually had it in their hand or if that was
Ch-
like
Chase got
copy and paste. Did he have it in his hand?
yeah, well, yeah, because he did a full in depth review of it today,
Oh,
and
okay.
I think it was kind of like a review copy. I think he got from Blockbuster, sent him that to release today with the box set releasing today. So I think they
Right.
kind of did that together.
Yeah, because I know that if I'm not mistaken, I believe Chase is the one that asked him to do the Rocky set.
I know he was pushing it for a while, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Like he was in his live stream, his first live stream, and he was just in there spamming Rocky basically, like on Blockbuster, and he was like, I think, you know, I think we can talk about that. So
Yeah,
I figured
that's
they were
funny.
probably just trying to get everybody kind of hyped for it ahead of time.
Maybe.
I'm slowing way down on pre-orders, 1 or 2 a month. The rest of my budget is going for things I missed last year. Yeah, see, that's kind of how I started tried to go into it as well. But then I noticed that I spent a lot of January, which I did that exact thing. I got, I think, 2 new releases, and it was just the Kill Bills. But got a lot of things that I missed from last year between the Amazon sale, and then I picked up a couple second sight things, and just I was like, well, I missed all this stuff. I didn't get it for Christmas, so I start scooping it all up, and then that stuff kind of starts adding up too. So you gotta be careful because then the new releases come out, and
I'm terrible with pre-orders. If I see something, I'm like pre-order. Yeah, I'm bad with it.
The red coat hint was so stupid. The jacket held no significance in the movie. Oh yeah, and no significance to the movie, but she wore it in a scene. And they always choose like, what was it? Deep Blue Sea was just some water and a buoy, right?
Well, so what's funny about that is I was on one of Chase's live streams, like not on it, but I was in the chat, and I had said, "There's no way it's going to be Deep Blue Sea. Look at what they did for Inglorious Bastards." I said that's too on the nose, and then sure enough, Deep Blue Sea. So you can never tell with them.
Yeah, you never know with them. My only issue with the Last Kiss Goodnight, or the Long Kiss Goodnight, was why is it not in a chunky box? Like that, I feel like that movie is just as deserving of a chunky box as Deep Blue Sea.
Well, I think for them to tease it like they did, then to not put it in chunky box was a little weird. Like they did the same thing with Trick or Treat, right?
Yeah.
They did the zoomed in shot of Sam's face without the burlap mask on. They did a really zoomed in, or it was like blurry or something. I can't remember. And all that to be just a slip cover, I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather, what is it? A $10 difference to get the chunkier box? Give me the chunky box on some of these. And they didn't, I don't think, well, we are getting a chunky box in the US, but it's like what, the 6 Japanese films or something?
Yeah, that's whatever that.
We get.
I thought the US releases were kind of disappointing, to be honest. The UK releases were pretty good.
Yeah. Let's see. I have severe FOMO. I have 40 pre-orders in already up to April 29th.
Dang.
Yeah, but you have to keep the title that you hold, Hunter. I don't know if you know this, Jordan, but he has every single US steelbook ever released from day one. He owns every single United States steelbook ever released.
Oh my gosh.
So that's why he has 40. Those 40 could all be steelbooks for all I know. I can't keep up with what's all steelbooks and different ones and
movie Hunter. Wow,
and I asked him if he considered, like, Tommy Boy is getting that steelbook, and it's the same the standard steelbook is the same as the Blu-ray steelbook for the Tommy Boy. Like the 4K steelbook is the same yellow Blu-ray. And I asked him, I said, do you consider a different J card a different steelbook? Because that would be crazy if you did.
That Walmart one's pretty nice though. It has the map.
It is.
Yeah.
That's probably the one that I would go for, because I seen that yellow one and I'm like, this is the same one for the Blu-ray. I'm gonna go with that slip cover. And then they were like, hey, Walmart has this. I'm like, oh, never mind. I'm kind of
I just don't know how I feel about the yellow. Even when I saw the Blu-ray one, I was like, the yellow. I don't know how I feel about it.
So the Blu-ray one was at my Walmart years ago at this point now, but it was $7.50. It's when they had the $7.50 Blu-ray steelbooks, and it was that yellow one, and I passed up on it for $7.50. I didn't want it for that. I didn't think the yellow looked all that good. That artwork would have looked better on a baby blue steelbook, like with him in the deer heads. I think that would look better on a baby blue, but that yellow was just
it's kind of off-putting.
It didn't look right to me.
Yep.
Yeah, FOMO always be getting us though, guys.
Yeah.
I try my best not to. I really do, but it's so hard.
It gets me. I have a couple of what we're going to talk about today that are in that camp.
I have one.
Okay.
We'll pause it right here at the FOMO. I'll put my star there. That's still like over 10 minutes behind. That's like almost 20 minutes behind. I'm sorry, chat, but hey, I feel like everybody's still kind of here hanging out. So we'll go ahead and start off with what we got. There's one of them that I showed off in the thumbnail that we all know that we both got.
Yeah.
And that's probably the one you were talking about missing out on the FOMO, right?
Yeah, one of the two. Yeah.
Because that's kind of why I got it. So this is,
I jumped on it so quick, thinking like, dude, this is going to sell out like tomorrow. I thought it was going to be another keep issue.
Right.
Really, that's what I thought. Because I remember everyone was talking about it. It's ice. We went, okay, well now you guys know what I'm talking about. Iced, we want iced, we want iced. And then I was like, well, I better get it. And then a week later, they still have 2,000 plus
Yeah.
little slip cover. So I'm like, man, but
Now this slip
it's pretty
cover,
cool.
I'm telling you, man, this the pictures even on Vinegar Syndrome's website does not do this slip cover any
No,
justice. I know we talk about how nice they do, just like their transfers and everything, but like these goggles actually shimmer and shine. Like
yeah,
they have a
that little fat
reflection on
glossing.
them.
There it
It's
is, right
so
there.
yeah, it's so awesome. Like now I had to get it because of this. I
Yep,
seen the
so that's here.
backside and I have to have it for that alone.
Mm-hmm.
Now you messaged me because I kind of remembered it was coming out.
Yeah,
Now this is probably going to sit back here on my shelf like this for a while because I mean this is just cool. I
dude, you
mean
should.
I figure why not, right? I kind of forgot about it, but I knew they were doing the drop, and I'm like, well, you know, I won't worry about it. It's
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And then I had kind of spaced it, and I was at work, and you messaged me. You're like, dude, Ice just went live. It's what we thought it was. It's up. You know, I think it's gonna go quick. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. Well, I'm sitting there, and I left the Vinegar Syndrome webpage on Chrome on my phone open
Mm-hmm.
because the Vinegar Syndrome app does not tell you stock,
No, it doesn't.
but
It
their
drives me
webpage
nuts.
does.
Yeah.
But their webpage does. So I was on the webpage and I was sitting there, and every 5 minutes I'd go over to my phone, I'd pull down and let it rotate. And I was seeing the stock really wasn't moving that fast, but I'm like, okay, I'm keeping my eye on this because
Mm-hmm.
I think I want this for the slipcover alone. Well, I came home and found out that it was on YouTube. So this is one that I did not buy blind.
Real? Oh, so you watched it on YouTube?
I haven't seen it all. I wanted to leave a reason to open it when I got it because I was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
So I stopped watching it because the YouTube rip is terrible. It's terrible. If you guys want to go watch it, do, but I'm going to tell you right now, I wouldn't tell my worst enemy to go
Okay.
watch it.
I'll say this. Have you watched the
I haven't opened it. I haven't even opened it yet.
Oh, okay. I was actually just watching it before we went live because I was like, well, because like we had talked about earlier, you know, tax season coming has been kicking my butt right now. So that's why I haven't been able to watch a lot of my movies. But I was watching this. I haven't seen the YouTube, how it looks on YouTube, but it's not your very, very nice, clean cut looking Vinegar Syndrome restoration.
Right. I have heard that,
Okay.
but so
So,
when I watched it,
but like I said, I hadn't
ahead of
seen the
time,
YouTube one yet.
yeah,
So,
ahead of time,
uh-huh.
before I watched it on my phone,
Okay.
and I was like, this looks kind of bad, but it's watchable. So if you watch it now, I have a Galaxy Ultra, whatever. It's a pretty big screen.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looked like booty, but on your average phone, it might be watchable. But if you were to put it on a TV, it's unwatchable. It's 360p.
Okay.
And it literally, like, when they're moving, it blurs like
Oh, okay.
scrambled cable, like
Okay.
scrambled cable.
It wasn't that bad.
I'm
It
sure,
was,
like I said, I'm sure the Blu-ray is a lot better. The
it
YouTube stream leaves much to be desired.
yeah, it reminded me of a VHS, like an old
Okay.
VHS. It reminded me of. It wasn't like what you're explaining, where it's just like it's just really all messed up. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like, I don't know. What's something Vinegar Syndrome? Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Like that's just came to my mind. It's not like
Right.
amazing restorations, like stuff like that. But yeah, it was good. I didn't finish it. I still have to finish it because I had to jump onto here.
Yeah. So I watched it. So I watched it on the. So like I said, I watched it on the. I watched on the YouTube. I only watched like the first like 25 minutes of it or so, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, this is right up my alley. It's goofy enough. I'll go ahead and hit order. Well, I did the order, and then I started seeing people on, because you know I'm on that Vinegar Syndrome page on YouTube, which is not a smart thing to be on sometimes. if you want bad opinions. I was on there and everybody was talking about how terrible the restoration cut was, and it was one of Vinegar Syndrome's worst. And I'm like, okay, I need to go back and watch this YouTube again. So I went like 3 or 4 nights ago and I watched the first 45 minutes of the movie,
Okay.
but I watched it on my 65-inch OLED. And that's where I say on YouTube, it's unwatchable because it's capped out at 360p, and as motion moves, it's all blurry. Like when they're sitting in the car at the beginning, like near the beginning of the movie, when they're sitting in the car talking, when they're just sitting in the car talking and moving their heads, things are getting blurry and blocky.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not watchable. Like I said, I wanted to, I just haven't got around to watching this. When I go to sit down, I'm gonna like sit down and actually watch it and enjoy it because I think I'm gonna have a good time with it. And I hear it has a really cool ending. Like
Okay.
it's kind of a surprise ending. So
Yeah, I'm excited to check it out. Like I said, I haven't finished it. I probably got about 45 minutes to an hour in. So we'll see.
yeah,
But I'm
like I said,
excited.
I got it from the FOMO, but I have watched probably somewhere about as much as you about the first 45 minutes, and
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed with it.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with what I got. Now I will say, because I didn't know anything about this, I don't know much about Vinegar Syndrome's partner labels, but this is the first degaussler. Is that how you say it? Degaussler?
I think so.
Yeah,
This video.
this is the first degausser I've ever bought.
Okay.
I have a couple ETCs and a Utopia, and then everything else is just straight Vinegar Syndrome.
The only other degausser I have is Cannibal the Musical. But
Which I'm upset that I missed out on that because I didn't realize that I did not think that was going to go out like it did.
So I actually didn't get mine from Vinegar Syndrome. I got it from someone selling it on the Vinegar Syndrome Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out. Somebody will let it go sooner or later.
Yeah, if you keep an eye on there, especially on that group, most of the, and I always tell people just wait, everyday check, because there's bound to be someone on there selling it at a really good deal. That's where I got, getting a lot of my stuff. So,
I mean, I think the only thing I've paid full price for was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And that's how I found Vinegar Syndrome. I didn't know who Vinegar Syndrome was. I'm just a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And about the time that movie was announced to be coming to 4K, so my mindset has changed a lot since then because I'm not quite like that anymore. I've kind of settled down. But when they announced Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, I was all about 4K or bust. If it wasn't getting a 4K, I didn't care about it. That was like a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
With the way the economy and stuff is, man, I don't care. Like, I'll love that Blu-ray just the same. To me, I'd rather have different films than the same films over and over again. I'm getting to the point now I think I got almost 2,700 movies. I'm getting to the point now where I want to add new films. I don't want to keep upgrading the same ones, but that's where I'm stuck at.
Yeah. Okay.
But that I was like, okay, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, man, this is freaking pricey because I had never spent $50 on a single 4K before, and I bought 2 of them. Well, it was like $45 because I think it was about $105 to get them shipped because I bought one for me and I bought one for my uncle because he's the one that actually showed me the movie. He was like my biggest horror influence growing up. And I'm like, dude, they're bringing Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 to 4K.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, if anything's going to sell me on 4K, it's going to be that movie because he's never really been a big 4K buff. He was kind of like Blu-ray's good and fine, and the buck stops there.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. But he was like, if anything's going to change my mind, it's going to be Texas Chainsaw. So I got that one for him, and we opened up his and we watched it, and I haven't even opened mine yet.
Okay.
Because I watched his with him. We opened them up, and then I put mine in a protector case, and it's just been sitting on the shelf since.
That's
I
funny.
love the film, but like it's just one of those things where like I watched it like about 2 years ago, and I'll get around to watching it again in another 2 years probably.
Are you double dipping for the Arrow one?
No, and that's mainly because it has the disc issue that it's having, and
Mm-hmm.
since it's a UK only release, I figure it's probably kind of hard to get the replacement disc for those if you buy them unless you
Possibly.
buy it
Yeah.
straight
I don't know
from
how that
Arrow.
would work. Yeah.
So I was gonna tiptoe around that. Um, and honestly, I'm gonna probably tiptoe around Arrow releases for the foreseeable future, anyways, because apparently they had an issue with their Inglorious Bastards special editions
I
disc.
heard about that.
The Cell has an issue. I have that one. I have the proof of it. It's sitting on my shelf. They haven't even announced the disc for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then now there's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Well, from what
So
I'm hearing with, I think with TCM2, I believe it's that one. They're saying, oh, update your firmware in your player. Like they're not kind of addressing it in a weird way. That's I saw some different people posting the threads of like their email chain, and that's what they're saying. They're like, yeah, we don't see anything wrong with it, so just update your firmware. I don't know.
and
I don't
and
have.
and and you know what's messed up about that? Now, what's messed up about that is how many players are people really playing on?
Yeah.
There's the firmware the firmware for the 420 and the 820 are no difference for the Panasonic. Like when Panasonic sends an update out, they both get an update.
Right.
I don't think either player's been updated since probably November of 2022.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe
You
if
know
you
what
want
I mean?
to say
Like
something, but that is weird.
the Sony X700s, they came out in 2020. They haven't been updated since. I think they got a slight update late last year to update the Fandango at home app, and then it
Mm-hmm.
didn't even update correctly anyways, and it no longer works. So it doesn't matter. They updated it from Voodoo to Fandango, and then it stopped working anyways. So
Okay.
Fandango dropped their support. I'm like, okay, and I think that happened like last September. And as far as I know, that's pretty much what everybody plays on, the
Mm-hmm.
Sony or the Panasonics. I have an LG player that I love, and it hasn't had an update in. I mean, when I got it, it had an update, but it's been a while, and I'm sure the
Yeah.
update was from years ago. So I don't really, I don't, I heard that was the thing, and I'm like, okay, Arrow, we all have issues with our players now. Like all of a sudden, we all have bad $500 players. Like
Yeah.
our $500 players just went bad. Like that makes no sense. It's probably your disc because you've been having those problems.
Yep. I know. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm kind of with you. Arrow is kind of. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going
And
on.
I love what they do over there. Like my Arrow shelf has really pumped out this last year. Like I didn't have this time last year. I didn't have any arrows. Actually, wait, what were we at? February? This time last year, I was buying my Chucky box set, and it was my first arrow because
Oh, okay.
I was at Orbit with a bunch of other YouTubers the weekend of Valentine's Day last year. We
Okay.
were all shopping Orbit and stuff, and I walked out of there with the Chucky UK box set. That was my first arrow. I
Mhm.
picked up that, Waterworld, and Wild Things. And that's how I started Arrow. Before that, I didn't even have an Arrow.
Mhm.
So I mean, I obviously like what they do because I got like a whole shelf full in like a year.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're gonna make bad discs, we got to be careful about
You got yeah,
that.
exactly.
We can't keep patting them on the back for that.
Nope. I agree. I agree.
But I do want to pat the Vinegar Syndrome on the back for the next one that I got. So
Mhm.
the next one that I got, dude, was one that was on sale. Because I basically that was the only new release I got. Everything else I got were sale
Okay.
items. And actually, this was the thing that held up my order probably the longest. This was why I had to wait for the entire order. This sticker right here.
You know what? It's funny. I remember you saying that.
Actually, I did there was some kind of ongoing joke. I think it was last year for their halfway to Black Friday sale.
Mhm.
Somebody emailed them and said, "Hey, why is my order taking so long?" And the response was, everyone that ordered the special sticker, their order got pushed to the back because the stickers got delayed. So it was like some kind of ongoing joke.
The stickers.
Yeah, so because they always have these special stickers for their sale, and the stickers always sell out. Like this sticker actually sold out. You couldn't buy it on like day 2. It sold out on
Wow.
somewhere
Okay.
during day 2. But they always do some kind of special sticker for whatever the sale is,
Mhm.
and then I just throw it on my spinner tower and go at it. But I always try to get it because I try to remember because I didn't pick up. I know this is supposed to be for Virtuosity, but I
Yeah.
didn't pick up Virtuosity. Spoiler alert. Like I said, this was the only new release I got. But this one, so I got this bad boy on sale, and I got it for the slipcover, or that's what pulled me to it. But then I seen the which I'll go ahead and pull the slipcover off first. I got it for the slipcover, and that's Biozombie.
Okay. I saw
Now
that on there.
it has some sweet artwork. But what actually sold me on getting the movie was, believe it or not, check this out. So they got this screenshot. Let's see if I can get the right one in here. I'm trying to do it backwards. Okay. So there's like this screenshot here, and this was on their website. It's kind of hard to see the light.
Is it the middle one?
It's the one here right there. It's like the 4 people standing there.
Okay.
So it's like 4 people standing there. Anyways, it's these 4 Japanese people standing in a mall. And I remembered that shot from the movie. When my uncle was getting me green behind the ears with horror movies, he would start me off on things that like Trauma and stuff like that. Now, this isn't a Trauma, but this was one that he bought at Suncoast back in like 2002 on DVD or something like that. What was this? It came out in 98, but I think he got it back in like 2002. But I remember him showing me this movie back in like 2002, 2003. And for Vinegar Syndrome to have it and for me to actually have seen it and it not be a blind buy was surprising because I started asking people like that I knew, have you heard of Biozombie? Nobody had ever heard of it.
Yeah.
I messaged my uncle and I'm like, dude, you ever heard of Biozombie? You did show me that, right? And he was like, I hadn't thought about that movie since I showed it to you 20 years ago. So he had even forgot about it. And it was all because of the screenshot. Now, this screenshot, like I said, the screenshot was on Vinegar Syndrome's website because, they do their slip, their box, their outer box or whatever, their packaging. Then they go in and they show like screenshots from the movie. And usually they show the ones that are on the back of their case. And I seen that one. All it took was that one screenshot and a sweet slip cover. And I'm like, yeah, $15, it's mine.
Oh, that's not a bad deal at all.
No. I think it was $16.99 or $17.99. And I don't use my points for like exclusive slip covers. I use my points for discounts. So I took it off and I got this for like $13.
That's
so I took like a $5 coupon off on it. I used a couple coupons this time. So
yeah. Well, this one I got, this was another kind of FOMO that so Ice was the first one. Second one, this one, people were talking about it. I was seeing on the Facebook groups and everything. People were saying the slip's going. I mean, this is like the big one that they were going to be. This was the one for their subscriber week. But I picked up Keanu and Co. Keanu Reeves, and I think that this is his first movie he's ever in is in this one. I think it's a set of 3 movies in here. But I haven't gotten a chance to watch this yet, just because, like I said, I've been so busy with a bunch of other stuff. But definitely this one, I'm so glad I, picked this up. Like I said, this was a blind buy and a FOMO purchase. So that's what this is.
Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm a little jealous that I missed out on that, and it would have been a blind buy FOMO purchase as well.
Yeah.
What curbed me on the FOMO purchase? So I always watch people. There's always somebody doing a live stream for the drops. And on day one, I watched Dead Pit, and they were super negative about that movie. Really? They were like, "Oh, it's garbage." Keanu, like they were like, "Oh, who wants to see Keanu on Vinegar Syndrome?" And so they turned me off on it. And then the next day, I watched Master Chaos, and I'm like, "Oh, he probably did one yesterday." So I went back and watched this video from the day before, and he was talking it up. I went to go try to order it, and it was already gone. Yeah, and I'm like, if I would have been watching Master Chaos, he would have built it up for me enough that I would have like felt a little more. Like they got me on that negativity, like don't buy it kick. You know, I'm like everybody else. You know, I get pulled into that FOMO or into that. Nah, don't worry about it. It's not going to be worth the. So they got me on that. So it was one of those. I heard them ragging on it before I heard anybody talking it up, and I just missed it.
Yeah,
before I knew better.
Yeah, I was watching Dead Pit. I think they had Garrett and Christian on. They were doing like a big, but this was for the Black Friday one back when they announced the Keep. And I remember when that went live, I pre-ordered it that night, but I got a couple of them from that because of their recommendations on it.
Yeah, I mean, they usually have really good recommendations, so I usually listen to them. And
That Pit cracks me up. Sometimes some of their stuff.
CK was like, well, don't nobody want no Canadian Keanu movies? Like, those aren't going to go nowhere. So I was like, okay, I'll dismiss it, and I'm going to get something else I want today. And so it was just one of those things where I was like, yeah, whatever, I won't pay no mind to it. And I should have, like, that was the one that I should have been like, he might be wrong about that.
So one
but it's whatever, away. You know, you live and learn. Somebody somewhere is going to watch it, not like it, and sell it sooner or later. It'll happen.
Yeah, you might be paying a pretty penny for it, but
maybe. I mean, maybe. I've seen some stuff on the Vinegar Syndrome page go for just a little bit more than they originally were. So you know, some people are like, I'm getting rid of all my Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Here you go, and it'll be like $60 for a $45 purchase. You know, $10, $15 upmark, $20 upmark on a Vinegar Syndrome is not bad.
That's where I got Brooklyn 45. That's the first Shudder partner label, and I got that for like $30.
Nice.
Yeah, so like I always tell people, just keep an eye on there and just be patient because it'll pop up.
I'm gonna pop in here to the chat real quick because I know I'm like 20 minutes behind. I'm just gonna kind of jump up here real quick. I'm not gonna. I do apologize, chat, if there's any long-winded questions. We're not going to answer them tonight because we're already going, and we're both only about halfway through what we got. I'm having a great time, but I don't want to hold Jordan over too late or anything like that. So,
you're good, man.
I think all should have commentaries. That being said, I only watch commentaries as background noise like a radio. Fair enough, but no, yeah, you're right, man. Like I feel like if there is a commentary for the movie, it should be on there. And with 4K discs having the technology to be 100 gigabyte disc, and they have that thing now where they call the layer shift or something like that. Ken talked about it in one of his videos, but they've been able to figure out how to fit two different versions of the movie on the same layer. And then it only changes its chapter for the director's cut part of the film, but all of the other rest of the film, all of the likewise film, all stays on the same part of the disc. And it just jumps to the part where it needs to go to. And it's a new way for them to format the discs now so they can fit. That's how like a lot of 4Ks, like The Crow. I just got that. I just had a friend gift that to me. It has all the special features from the 2-disc DVD along with the film in 4K, and the film looks good. It all fit on the disc. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite releases of last year. I loved that Steelbook.
Honestly, I tried so hard to get the Steelbook. By the time I waited at my Walmart. I perched like the day it came out. I was waiting outside. I went in, they never got it. The spot for the movie stayed empty for the entire time until they reset the whole end cap. I never found the Steelbook. So I got so discouraged from getting the Steelbook, I just gave up on finding the movie. And then I just had a really good friend. I had it on my wish list. And my wish list isn't really anything for people to buy for me. It's really for me, for when I'm out and about and shopping. My wish list, if anybody ever goes and looks at it, my wish list is actually all of the DVDs that I'm trying to upgrade to any, like, if you see it on there, it's a Blu-ray or it's a 4K. It's because I have a DVD and I'm trying to purge that DVD and get it off my shelf. That's for me to remember. So that way, when I'm out and about, I'm like, is this one that I'm trying to upgrade right now? Because it's like a curated list type of deal. So that was really nice because now I can like purge my Crow DVD, and that 4K looked amazing, and it sounded.
It looks great.
So good. And I second that. Scalpers are the worst. Do you like movies that take place on farms that are comedy or drama? Son-in-Law, 1,000 Acres. I find those relaxing. Hey, Son-in-Law, we watched that religiously for a Thanksgiving movie.
That movie, phenomenal. His chemistry with, I can't remember the actor's name, but he's the one who played as oh, what's his name? The catcher in Sandlot. But anyways,
I'm seeing his face, but yeah.
their banter is perfect in that movie. I love that movie.
Let's see here. See, my wife doesn't buy me movies ever. It kind of sucks, but I can get whatever I want. Hey, fair enough, fair enough. My wife used to come in and like pick through my like kind of browse my shelves and be like, okay, he doesn't have that, and she'd go find it for me. But since I changed my background, if you go and you watch some of my older videos, I have shelves over on this wall that are all like lit up, and they have like all these they have like LEDs all running down them, but I changed where I had my computer and everything kind of set up. When I changed my movies from that wall to this wall, I separated out my boutique labels, and my wife won't look for a movie now. She says it's too confusing.
Yeah, my wife unfortunately would rather stream than come in here and find a movie.
That's oh, I went back in the bedroom the other day and she was watching something and I don't even remember what it was, and I don't even know if we actually had it physically or not, but I was just getting her gear. And she was watching something and I'm like, "Don't you know we have this on Blu-ray out in the room?" And she's like, "Is it a boutique label?" And I'm like, "What do you mean is it a boutique label?" She's like, "You know that I do not even look on that shelf. I cannot find anything. I don't know if such and such movie came out on Arrow." I'm like, "But that's why you look. That's part of the fun." She's like, no, I can just go to here and stream. I'm like, no.
Yep. My wife's the same way. And it's funny because she'll be watching a movie and I'm like, and she'll like, "Oh, I love this movie," and she'll watch it on streaming and she'll go back and watch it again later on streaming. I'm like, okay, well, how about I buy this movie? Then will we have it? She goes, "No, I'd rather watch it on streaming." It's like that.
The only thing that I kind of, now I'm a big TV show collector. Like I have a whole wall of TV shows on DVD and stuff too. I actually started collecting when I first started collecting. One of the oldest DVD anythings that I have in this room is Scrubs season 1 on DVD. That's like one of the first things that I bought with like one of my first me paychecks from a real job. And even still, I'd almost rather stream TV shows because streaming them, they keep up with where I left off. The discs, not so much. That's the only benefit I like about streaming.
Especially with disc, you got, only so many episodes on one disc. And if you're going to be sitting there for a long time, just watching episodes back to back to back, that's a lot of changing.
Yeah. Well, except I have noticed like some of them, like I just got the step-by-step box set a couple, right around Black Friday. It was on a really good sale. And they actually squeezed each season onto just 3 DVDs. And each season has 21 episodes. So you get like 7 episodes per disc. They stretch it out to a 3-hour DVD for each of those.
That's not bad.
But the problem is if you stop in the middle of the disc, you don't know what episode you're on. So you have to watch a whole disc and be like, okay, this is at the end of this. Like, but I still like having them physically because I've lost TV shows on streaming just as easy as I have movies.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, my wife doesn't buy me movies. She did give me a Vinegar Syndrome gift certificate for Christmas, though. Nice. See, that's what I should be asking for, some Vinegar Syndrome stuff, because I think their next sale is in July. So because that'll be there halfway to Black Friday. I usually hit that up too, because that's right around my birthday, and they usually have some pretty good stuff. Let's see. Jordan, did you pre-order Reanimator?
Of course I did.
Yeah,
I pre-ordered that day one.
No, you have to pre-order that from
Ignite
Indicator, right?
Ignite.
Yeah,
they're the ones doing that. Yeah, I pre-ordered that. I did with that actually. I did the pay in 4 thing, so it's like they break it into 4 payments and every 2 weeks. So that's how I did that one. But
I do want to get it. Was it pretty? Did they get you pretty good on the shipping too? Because they're overseas, aren't they?
No, I think they're in the States.
They are in the States? Okay. For some reason, I thought that one was like one that was getting kind of pulled in. We had Frank in here about a half hour ago. Hey, Frank. Oh, my goodness. I'm so far behind. We had another super chat. Thanks, Mom. I buy you Criterions I want to borrow.
That's smart. That's smart.
Hey, the first Criterion I ever bought was actually not mine. I bought my mom The Big Chill.
Okay.
That was the first Criterion I ever bought. Because Excelsior Movie Reviews, do you know him?
Yeah.
he's a big Criterion guy, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I want to get my mom the Big Chill. He said, you won't go wrong if you get her the Criterion, and it might actually be because of him that I've dipped in as heavy as I have in the Criterion.
Nice.
I'll have to skip through some of that because I don't know. It's way past that stuff. Okay. Oh, what's up, Smirk? Thanks for popping in. I hope you're still in here. That was about a half hour ago. A yellow is the best color. Yes, I know. 80s loves his yellow. We were talking about that Tommy Boy Steel book. Still, I don't think that Tommy Boy Steel book looks good in yellow, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another one. What's the next big sale? Okay, so I am learning very quickly there is always a sale. And I took a screenshot. Somebody on Reddit, I'll have to find all the screenshots, but somebody on Reddit literally broke down all of the sales.
Oh, dude, you have to send that to me because I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, I just got it. I think that was last night. Like I said, I had a really long day today, and I haven't even got to go through and kind of, because I just took screenshots of it, of the list. So I got to kind of go through and kind of squeeze them out so I don't have like this half of the list and this half of the list in the same picture, because I just kind of like went through and made sure I kind of got it all. But they broke it down into like what goes on sale each month, like quarterly through the year.
Okay.
And it was really nice because they had like the supposed flash sales for Criterion, the Barnes and Noble sales for Criterion and Arrow, and then you had your Kino Lorber sales and all that. I think the next big sale, I think it's Kino Lorber in terms of boutique. I think we're about due for one because I think
there's a few out of there that I do want to pick up, and I'll probably wait for that sale, like Uncle Buck and Summer Rental and stuff. I do want to pick up.
I think we're probably due for a sale, just based on those two movies alone.
Yeah.
So many 4K disc issues. Honestly, the worst one that I've had is fingerprints on my disc. Oddly enough, I bought Elf brand new at Walmart, and when I opened it up, there was a fingerprint on the top, like the 4K disc is this bright orange.
Right.
And
I have it. Yeah.
And I could see a fingerprint on the top of the disc, and I went to go pick it up, and I could see a fingerprint on the bottom, almost like they grabbed it just like this and put it in there. And funny enough, I told my uncle about that, and he said they weren't wearing their gloves. I had no idea until I told him about that. I had no idea. My uncle used to work for this place in Oklahoma City. And they may not be around anymore. And this might be one that we might want to try to get back around if we're going to start having tariffs and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a company called Disc Fab in Oklahoma City, and they used to package all of our physical media discs.
That's pretty cool.
Because he told me, he's like, they have these microfiber gloves that they're supposed to wear to put the discs in the cases.
I mean, makes sense.
And if they wear them, they don't fingerprint the discs, no oil on the discs, any of that.
Right.
But he told me, he was like, yeah, we used to do that at Disc Fab in Oklahoma City. I'm like, really?
That'd be a cool job to have.
Where's our factory at? Come on, let's get us the factory back. They used to have one, and I know they used to have one in Pennsylvania back in the day. And that was the one that Warner Brothers had all those bad DVDs come out of. I don't know if you've heard about that, but Warner Brothers has a lot of DVDs right now on the market that are going bad nowadays.
Really? No, I haven't heard that issue, but
from disc rot. It's mainly older, like TV show box sets and some movies. I don't know of any Blu-rays, but from what I'm understanding, it's things like Smallville, and there's some Supernatural and Wonder Woman box sets, because that's all Warner Brothers, and like old Batman TV show box sets and things like that. The beginnings of what they tried to get us to collect, so it kind of stinks that people have been holding on to those for a long time and the discs have just gone bad on their shelf.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, Warner Brothers knows that this was an issue, and there's a whole list. You can go find a whole list of discs that came out of that factory that were stamped with a certain serial number, and you can find every disc that is to have a known issue. We got another Jeff in here. We got Jeff Man 316, Pop
Jeff?
Culture Reporter. What is up, Jeff Man? I spend a lot of my Sunday nights over there hanging out with him, doing watch-alongs. I don't usually watch along with the movie. I'm usually editing my weekly video on Sunday night, and I'm usually listening to Jeff talk about his movie and his week every Sunday night. We got Garrett in here, Born to Be Rad. What is up, dude?
What's up, Garrett?
I'm always excited to have G in here. We got Lethal Weapon 2. It's the best of the series. Oh, okay. Which is the better movie, The Fugitive or Lethal Weapon 2?
I second that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah.
I did a video yesterday about 4K upgrades, and one of the ones that I'm most excited about is one that no one's talking about yet. I'm sure it'll be on Ken's physical media report next week because he was sick this week and didn't have one. But if you go to Blu-ray.com, there is a release date for Lethal Weapon Part 1 on 4K. We have an official release date. If you haven't heard it yet, you're hearing it here first. The release date is May 20th. That's the rumored release date for Lethal Weapon 1. My only issue with that is I found that out about 20 minutes after they announced all the American Pies the day before. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, when it rains, it pours, physical media, because I'm going to get like 4 American Pie box sets one day.
I cannot wait for those American Pie sets coming.
Now, I think I might have to wait on the Blu-ray ones. They're very nice looking, but I already have the movies on Blu-ray, and
that's why I was surprised they didn't put it on 4K. What are they? I think it's Family Reunion.
Yeah,
American Pie Reunion, and then the Wedding.
Reunion and Wedding.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm shocked they didn't put those on 4K.
Now, I'm not shocked that they didn't put the Presents.
No, I'm not.
And I really do like the box set that they went with the Presents, putting Eugene Levy on there. I thought that was really neat. I thought it was a nice way to pay homage to the box set, because he is like the one thing that ties all those together anyways. But I was really surprised they didn't put, I mean, everywhere else in the world, they're known as American Pie 3 and 4. That's what they are, I'm really surprised they didn't get 4Ks for those.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I'd like to buy them all, but I'm sure they're going to be pretty close to the same price. And that's right now, I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass for not buying Part 1. So now
you missed that.
I'm looking for Part 1.
Yeah.
So I can be excited about Part 2, because I'm not going to get Part 2 if I don't have Part 1. I don't even have Part 1 on Blu-ray.
You got to keep an eye out for that Amazon glitch that everyone seems to be talking about. I got it for like $15.
I seen it for like $17.99, but I just didn't have it to be able to pull it at the time. And I'm like, oh, it might be around for a bit. And then like the next time I went to go look for it, it was gone. But I hear that it continually happens.
It does.
If anybody's hearing this and they hear about it, shoot me a message on Instagram or buy it for me and I'll pay you back. Like, I just don't want to miss out on it. I didn't realize that it was one of those. It was going to be one of those things. It's American Pie, To be honest with you, I didn't really know there were a lot of American Pie people out there that were like me and Brian that just like American Pie like that. We weren't known as the cool kids in school for liking those types of movies, We were known as the pervert geeky guys for liking American Pie and stuff. You only like American Pie because you can't see real boobies, That's what they would tell us in high school. Like, no, I like American Pie because it's funny.
Yep.
But like I said, I want to get one. I want to get at least Part 1 and 2 because I didn't even realize it. But I'm sure you watched Brian's video where he showed that the 2 boxes go together.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that's pretty cool. It completes the silhouette when you put them together.
Which I guess kind of, you take the 2 and you put them on the sides, it'd be like a hand in the pie and a hand with a ring on it. But I don't think it'll really look very well, I guess. I don't know. Nobody has all 4 of them yet to piece them together and see if it makes a whole silhouette.
Brian will do something.
I'm sure. I'm. Oh, and Eugene Levy's head on top of the body and the.
I don't know about that.
There we go. There we go. We'll get it. We'll get it. Dude, we got Lethal Material is one of the best opening. Yes, it does. Actually, yeah, the 4K. Jeff Man, yeah, he said that about 20 minutes ago. But yeah, it has a release date, Jeff Man. If you're still here, Lethal Weapon. They told me not to buy it, but I bought it anyways. You gotta listen to me, pal.
Oh, about Keanu and Co.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He did. Garrett did say to buy it. But hey, I can't lie, man. CK, he's got a way with just convincing you. You know, if he tells you something's ass, he has a way of convincing you that it's ass. Like, oh, he said you're on West Coast time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's 7:47 right now where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah.
My kids are long in bed, so I'm good. I just gotta take them to school in the morning. That's it. Let's see. We're not too far behind. I might be able to catch up. Okay. Okay. Cool. Smirk was still here. Okay. I think we're kind of all caught up.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. I did a video about the Warner disc rot. It was when they switched from HD DVD back over to DVD and screwed up the manufacturing process. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
HD DVDs have a problem too. Now,
I've heard about
some
those.
people. When I tell people that I still will actively pick up an HD DVD, they look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, "You're buying a dead format, even if it's sealed, it's disc rotted."
Mm-hmm.
I've only ever had a Warner Brothers disc be rotted. Only Warner Brothers. Anything else on HD DVD is just like having a Blu-ray. And I still have an Xbox 360 drive, so I still have like the best HD DVD drive you can get.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some HD DVDs that have better transfers than the Blu-rays of that same era.
Really? Okay.
Some of
them,
them
I never really got into HD DVD. I just did the Blu-ray because they were the popular ones, are the ones who took over. So.
Well, I was working at Walmart at the time of the format war, and I was already Blu-ray because I had a PS3. But when I was working at Walmart, the HD DVD players all went on clearance, and I bought my player for $50, and it came with 2 movies, and it was 300 and Born Identity. I got the 2 movies and the player for $50. Those 2 movies on Blu-ray cost $50 because they were $24.99 a piece. So to me, it was like buying the Blu-rays, but I was getting a player, and then I could buy the cheap movies as they started clearancing out.
Yeah,
was my mindset. That's how I went into it.
Yeah.
And then over the years, I've been able to just kind of, I have an Xbox 360 drive that I use now, and then I still have an Xbox 360 drive brand new in the box because people were just letting the Xbox 360 disc drives just go for $15, $20, no big deal.
Yeah.
I actually have. There are HD DVDs that never got Blu-rays.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
The Dukes of Hazzard with Johnny Knoxville.
Yep.
Only way to buy it on HD is HD DVD. The Hitcher remake. I have the HD DVD of it. There is no Blu-ray. There is no Blu-ray in the US.
Okay.
There was a Canadian version, and it was affordable until about 2022 when everyone caught on to the fact there was a Canadian version, and now it's about a $40 Blu-ray, which to me is a bit pricey for a Blu-ray that is from 2008, I believe. That Canadian Blu-ray is from like 2008, so it's not a bad Blu-ray, I don't think, but it's not like it's a 4K mastered press, you know what I mean? So it's a dated Blu-ray even for that price. But the HD DVD looks great. That's still how I watch the Hitcher remake.
Okay.
To this day, if you see me watching it on my letterbox, I'm watching that HD DVD.
There you go.
It's the only way I have to watch it. I mean, I'm sure we'll get a Blu-ray or a 4K of it at some point, and we'd probably get it quicker if I just went ahead and bit the bullet and bought that Blu-ray. I'd sacrifice that for everybody, but we'll get it. But anyways, we still got some more Vinegar Syndrome, so we'll pop into this. I think we're pretty much caught up here. We got beat up here. Missed out on the first American Pie release. Yes, me too, Brian. So anybody that's watching this on the replay, you see Brian's comment here, you hear me out here screaming and hollering for it. You guys see that glitch for like $20-$22, anything like that? Me and your boy Brian, we're looking for it, guys. We want that part 1, and then we're guaranteed to buy part 2. It's guaranteed itself for part 2.
Yep.
Now, speaking of 2, this next Vinegar Syndrome that I got was another one that I had seen, and it
Okay.
was a trauma. I got Rabid Grannies.
Oh man, there it
Okay.
is.
Now, the reason why I talked about the two, what sold me on this, I've seen the movie before. Like I said, my uncle was a big trauma guy, so he had me watching trauma stuff when I was growing up. What lives rent free in my head? Have you ever seen this movie?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
If you go to Vinegar Syndrome's YouTube page and you watch the trailer for their, like, they always do trailers for their new Blu-ray releases.
Right.
The scene that lives rent free in my head is what they show off. And it's a dinner scene where these grannies just start ripping people's faces off, like with their mouths. They just start opening up and just like biting their faces off and
Now
tearing them apart.
you're intriguing me. I have to see this movie.
It's great. Now the reason why I wanted to get this is because the slipcover was going out of stock. And another reason why I don't have a lot of 4Ks is because I'm a big 3D guy. And
yeah, I know you talk about that a lot, and you actually have a 3D TV.
yes, actually, this TV right here is my 3D TV. It's
Okay,
a 42 inch. It's a 42-inch Toshiba. It's
okay.
my OLED sits on that side of the room. I kind of have two living rooms in my room
There you
to
go.
get my setup how I need my
Yeah.
setup to be. So when I said I had 800 Blu-rays, that did not include the 300 or so 3D Blu-rays. I separate
Okay.
those are separated in my mind and in my collection.
Mhm.
But the big thing that I've enjoyed so much about 3D Blu-rays were lenticular slipcovers. I've
Yes.
ever since 3D Blu-ray, I've been a stickler and I'm a sucker for them. You give me a lenticular, you got me sold. And Rabid Grannies, they got a
Oh, that's
lenticular,
cool.
but they did it awesome, man. It's not just one, it's two. It's a double-sided lenticular.
That's really cool.
I've never seen a double-sided lenticular before. And when they showed that off on the website, I'm like, I got to go see. Like, I had to go watch an unboxing to make sure that the picture actually, like, that they weren't showing me, like, they weren't showing me the picture lenticulating between two different grannies, that it was one on each side. And once I went and I watched, I don't know, it was somebody's video where they were doing an unboxing. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's got two lenticulars. I got to have it. And it was on one of their flash sales. I think it was around $20.
That's pretty
And
good.
for $20, I've seen the movie. I knew exactly what I was getting. It
Mhm.
wasn't a blind buy for me. Dude, I feel like I have an idea as the type of movies that you like. Find a way to watch this.
Yeah,
Find a way to watch
it
this.
looks interesting.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll enjoy it enough that you would want to maybe buy it, but since you are a Vinegar Syndrome guy and you maybe like to buff out that Vinegar Syndrome shelf, if you don't care about missing out on the slipcover and you just want to buy it and add it, I
Mhm.
would almost go as far as to say that it might be a good blind buy even for you.
A lot of people,
It's a fun time.
some people are like big no blind buys. Me, I'm okay. I love blind buying because I love experiencing new movies I've never seen, and I'm okay with it. And if I really, really don't like it, I might sell it. But I'm even so, I mean, I'll even keep them. I don't care.
Yeah. Good night, Brian. Thanks for
See you,
popping in,
dude.
buddy. Yeah, man. Like I don't know. I'll mess with a blind buy from time to
Mhm.
time. My biggest issue is like I get the FOMO for like these $40 and $50 box sets on movies
Mhm.
I've never seen.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah, I get that.
man, like that's a grip of money when I know that the film probably has a decent Blu-ray for
Mhm.
probably like 15, $20
Yeah.
that
No,
people are probably
yep.
purging for 10. So like that's where I kind of get to where I get a little like tiptoey around it.
Mhm.
And that's just because, man, if I was to buy a $40 or $50 movie and not like it, I don't have anywhere around me to sell it. Like I don't have.
Well, yeah, because you were saying like your Walmarts are like an hour or two away from you or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like my local Walmart for me is about a 15-minute drive down the road, no big deal.
Mhm.
But once I get to that Walmart, if I don't like the stock that's there, it's another 50-minute drive to get to another Walmart.
Okay.
Or if where I'm sitting at my house right now, if I decide I don't want to take the 15-minute drive to that Walmart, I can turn around, go the opposite direction, 55 minutes. Those are
Jeez.
my options. 55
Yeah.
minutes, 55 minutes, or 15 minutes. And that's
Okay.
kind of the options that I have with Walmart. And the stock is always so tiptoey. It's like, do I
Mm.
want to make that drive and then maybe not
Yep.
even buy anything? So
Yep.
I don't find myself in that area unless I'm working in that area, and then I get very happy to get some work in the area because I'm
There
like,
you
I can
go.
go to
Right.
Walmart
Take
now.
advantage of that. I picked up this. Now I knew about this movie. I've heard people talk about this movie. Arrow had this movie, and then I didn't pick it up, and then so I saw Vinegar Syndrome was doing it, so I jumped on it. But I got Deranged, Confessions of a Necrophile. This movie is phenomenal. I absolutely love this movie. It's basically the story of Ed Gein.
Yes.
It's
Now,
essentially what
now
it
I
is.
have to ask you. I have to ask you real quick. Was that one that was like a quick in and out, and it's gone now, and I've already missed it?
No, I think it's still available. I
Okay.
think it's still available. So there's the front and the slipcover I love. So you got that. There's the back right there.
Ooh.
So that's this is the guy Ezra Cobb in the movie, but basically Ed Gein. And then I always switch my slip covers, but there you are.
Yeah,
Very
I'm like Jeff, man. I like the I don't like the carpets to match the drape. If they can be
nope.
different, they need to be changed.
But what was I going to say about this? It slipped my mind. I had something I was going to say, but yeah, no, I absolutely this movie. Oh, I now remember the guy who plays Ezra Cobb in this movie is Old Man Marley from Home Alone, plays the South Bend Shovel Slayer. So
Really?
this came out in 74, this movie. And so yes, this guy right here, he's younger, obviously, but that's him. Just clean shaven and hair.
Wow.
So same
Yeah,
guy. And
yeah.
it's crazy. He's the sweetest guy in Home Alone. But then you get this one, this man who just loses his mind and is a grave robber and dresses them up, puts them in his house. But
Wow.
this is a fantastic movie. I really
Yeah.
really enjoyed it, and the whole way they shot the movie, like a narration style, I think is so cool.
Yeah, because see, I'm really glad that I haven't missed out on that one yet because I was watching. Well, I wasn't watching. I was listening to your video in the car today.
Okay.
And so I didn't get to see you talking about the packaging, but but I heard you talking about it. I'm like, deranged, what is that? And I got to a red light, and I kind of, because I have like Android Auto or whatever, right? So I just listen to the videos through the car. I pull up the phone real quick, and I'm like, deranged. Oh, that's the Vinegar Syndrome. I might have missed that. Man, dang it. I kind of just threw the phone back down into the center console and then went on about driving.
Yeah.
But
I can look.
if you guys are
As far as I
watching,
know, it's still available.
if you guys are watching this on the replay, go check out Jordan's newest video. I think it's his newest one still, based on real life events. Because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talked about
They're
deranged
all
in that, and that
horror
sold
movies.
me on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way you popped in on or the way you came in and talked about deranged, that
Okay.
sold me on it. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I hope it goes on sale for Black
Yeah.
Friday,
So
halfway to Black
it's still
Friday.
there. It's still
Okay.
available on their website. It's 40 right now. But I mean, if you have your Vinegar Syndrome points.
Well, I mean, and if there's quite a bit of them still in stock, it'll probably be on sale for the halfway to Black Fridays.
Yeah, that was on the app, so of course, I don't know.
Right. All right, cool. Well, I'm sure I'll be seeing it pop up on the Vinegar Syndrome page. If it starts being one of those ones that's going low, people
Mhm.
will start talking about it.
Yeah. No, I am so happy that I picked this up. I loved that release.
Yeah, dude, I had no idea. I knew nothing about it except I seen the cover when they showed it off. I'm like, that looks cool, and I just kind of kept going.
Yeah. Yeah, there's over 2,000 left, so
Oh,
you're
okay,
good.
cool. I'm gonna have to put that one on my short list for the July sale because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, you sold me on that movie. Like I wanted to see it because I'm like, dude, I love Ed Gaines. Like
Yeah.
I love those types of stories. I didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't come right out and say it, but
But if you
it
know, you
is
know.
it follows it almost to the T. So
Right. Well, it's one of those things. If you know, you know.
yeah, right, exactly.
Let's see. We got a couple people popped in here real quick. Hey there, everyone. Hit the like button. Hi, Caveman. What's up, guy? I hope you're doing well this evening. Hey, Caveman. I popped in earlier for a second. What did I miss? Well, you missed us talking about the fact that Jeff was here. We were
Oh
talking
yeah.
about Jeff was here. We were talking about our iced. I had some rabid grannies and some bio zombies.
See, I picked up Keanu and Co. And I just got done talking about Deranged.
Yeah, I got rabid grannies, which is a classic if
Which
you
I
love
need to
horror
check
movies.
that one out.
And bio zombie. Now, now I will tell you, okay, dude. Now this, and I will tell you, I haven't seen this movie since probably I haven't seen either one of these two, Rabbit Grannies or Bio Zombie, since probably 2003. What I will tell you, and guaranteed, you like Dawn of the Dead, you'll like this. This is basically a Japanese Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
They go a little more over the top with some of the kills in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because this is 1998 versus 1978. You know, they had 20 years of grow.
Well, Jeff, I was just looking because I was looking. I showed you that Vinegar Syndrome Deranged was available. Their Valentine's sale starts tomorrow, so there is a sale coming.
Okay, so Mom, the next big sale is Vinegar Syndrome yet again.
Another
Hey,
sale.
maybe they'll put deranged on there. Is your loved one deranged?
Yeah.
There we go. That would be tight. Jordan, what shirt are you wearing?
Oh, I got this at Spirit this just past Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't even change out of my daytime shirt today. I wore this to work and to taxes and everything. I just put on an Xbox shirt. I was staying comfy. It was a nice smooth 60 degrees today, and it should not have been. It should not have been.
Dude, it was raining and windy like crazy, like 40, 50 miles an hour, 50 mile an hour winds here today. It was crazy.
We had that yesterday. It was it rained so bad yesterday. We had literal feet of standing water all over the place, like all over my yard and in my driveway and all down the roads, standing water everywhere. But today, bright, sunny, 60. I'm like, didn't that groundhog see his shadow? Like, what's going on?
We're getting mid 70s next week.
Oh my goodness. Insane. Well, like 2 days ago, we had a chance of 8 inches of snow. And then it's 7, and then it's like 60 degrees today. I'm like, whatever.
It's all over the place.
And I work outside, so it's like I don't know if I'm working tomorrow or not. If it rains, then I'm rescheduling kind of deal. Let's see, we got you guys have great audio.
Thank you.
Jelly. Thanks, man. I'm just using a Blue Yeti? I think that's what they're called. A Blue Yeti.
I know those are the USB ones.
Yeah, is there a difference between like USB and like what do you use?
So you have two, right? So USB is a lot of like YouTubers use and stuff. It's just simple, obviously plugs in your computer. And then you have XLR, which is more like pro audio. So that's what this is. It's you won't be able to hear me very well, but the mic is the Shure SM7B. So it's on like a boom. It's called a boom arm. So there's that. And I actually have mine plugged into, if you can see it right here, Scarlett Focusrite 2i2 interface. The only reason I have all this stuff, I'm a little crackly still. Maybe it's because I was moving things around.
No. You were only crackly when you were moving your mic around. You're not crackly on the regular.
The only reason I have all this like kind of I would consider higher end is a lot of the stuff I got when I was going to school, because I went to school for audio engineering.
Cool.
So a lot of this stuff like this I got from school, part of the tuition. This mic actually, I had an old years ago. I did a podcast, didn't go anywhere, but I bought this mic for that. So it's repurposed.
I mean, so I'm gonna take a moment because I don't do it very often. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna shout out my mother-in-law because last Christmas she had bought something for me. Actually, Swills, he's in here. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about. She was gonna try to buy me one of the ICP vinyl records. I still need it for my collection. and she was ordering it from a company that had it on back order, and she waited like a year and it never showed up. So what she did was she turned around and got me like a really nice GameStop gift card, and I was able to go get this Blue Yeti for about $30
Heck
out of
yeah.
my pocket.
Yeah, I've heard
So
great things about the Blue Yeti. I've never personally messed with them, but I heard they're great. The one mic I'm interested in, and I know Garrett uses it and Chase uses it, and it's that one that has LED lights in it, all that stuff.
yeah.
Those are pretty sweet.
Well, like I said, I can't complain because like I said, my mother-in-law felt a little bad about it, so she got me a GameStop gift card, and I went in there after Christmas, and they were doing like an after Christmas sale, so
Nice.
they had it marked down. I ended up paying about $30 out of pocket, and then I went and spent like 15 or 20 bucks on a boom arm and set it up.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
what I like about the fact that it's USB is that if I do want to record on my phone, I can take the microphone.
Nice.
Like some of my videos, I'm in different spots of my room. I've decided to go to like different spots to stand in front of different shelves if I'm talking about particular items and stuff. And I can take just my phone, set it up on a tripod, and take my microphone and plug it right into the bottom of my phone.
There
and
you
still
go.
get good audio when I'm recording on my phone that way.
Nice.
So that's what I like about the Blue Yetis. So that's that's why I like the USB, because they're versatile.
Yep.
But but I will tell you, I would almost guarantee most of the time you sound better than I do.
Oh no, your sounds good. I mean,
you probably have a really, like, the way your stuff is set up, and you have your, like, with your box and everything back there, and yours being a hard line, it probably sends a better signal. Because I have this issue sometimes where mine wants to like act like it shorts out. I'll accidentally like move my microphone and it says it unhooked.
Okay. Yeah, no, to me, at least in my ears, you sound, see, there you go. You win. Oh, sorry. I can read the chat on the side.
Oh, you win. Oh, not this time. Not this time. Oh, 30 deals. Yeah, $30. Yeah. Like I said, the headset was on sale, I think, for one. It's usually like $150 or $160 microphone, and it was on sale for, I think, $129.99. And like I said, my mother-in-law gave me $100 gift card because I waited like a whole Christmas until like the next Christmas and never got my last Christmas gift, and she felt really bad about it. But I asked for something that I wasn't sure she was going to be able to get anyways. I was just like, hey, if you can get this, this is what I want. And she tried really hard to get it and then felt bad that she couldn't find it. And I was like, well, Biozombie is an older one. Yes. You're a big fan of 80s and 90s slashers. You'll like Biozombie, man. Biozombie is from 1998. And it's Japanese. Basically, it's a Japanese take on like a Dawn of the Dead. I would say if you like Dawn of the Dead and you don't mind reading, because if I'm not mistaken, this Vinegar Syndrome one does not have the English audio, because the director asked Vinegar Syndrome to not include the English audio because he considered it not to be dubbed correctly. So it only has the original track with new subtitles. Like he went through and made sure that the subtitles were translated accurately, but they did not go through and put new audio tracks in. So I don't believe the Vinegar Syndrome. You have to read that one. But the movie's great. I mean, it's worth it. Corey, what's up, dude? I hope. Okay, it's only been like 4 or 5 minutes. So Corey, you're about 5-10 minutes behind in your chat, so you won't be too upset with me on making you wait for a hi. All right, cool. I like subs over dubs. Cool. Hey, what's up? What's up, Brett? I was hoping that I'd be able to catch you in a live stream. I know the last couple of times I've went live, it's been like a Saturday afternoon, and you work the night shift, so you usually listen to the streams when you're driving and stuff in the car. And we're talking your favorite thing, man. We're talking horror movies. This is actually
nice.
This is actually one of my uncles that introduced me to horror movies and stuff. He actually, when I went up and seen him this last summer, he gave me a Fulci movie, Beyond the Gate, I think. Is that or Beyond the Door? He gave me just the disc for it and told me I need to watch it. And if I like it, then I need to go buy me like this big box edition of it or something.
A nice one.
Yeah. Subtitles over dub. I do too. Um, for the most part.
I
For
go
the most.
back and forth. The only time that I actually do dubs over subtitles is most Italian horror. I'll do the dub over the subtitles. But
I'll do the dub on some of the Argento stuff because a
Mhm.
lot of his stuff I've noticed they were speaking English already anyways.
So the thing about a lot of Italian horror is they they will go and dub everything regardless. They always dub. So it's even when it was like in theaters, it was dubbed. So they would go back in and reread their lines. Is that's an Italian thing. So if you watch
I like
most
that.
Italian horror movies, yeah,
I think that's cool.
yep,
Like that. See, like the first time I watched Deep Red, I'm like, wait, there's two different languages going on here. But my
mhm,
uncle told me ahead of time. He was like, hey, when we go to watch this, it's gonna switch between Italian and English. I'm like, okay.
mhm.
He's like,
That
but
happens.
that's
Yep.
okay. That's the way it's supposed to be. He
Yeah,
said
it's like
it'll
that.
catch you off
And
guard the first time, and it'll happen about 3 more times, and you'll be used to it.
yeah, I believe in Torso it does that too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen Torso. Dude,
It was wild.
I'm so like green behind the ears when it comes to like Italian horror and giallos and stuff like that. I want to say the only giallo I've probably seen is Deep Red, and I bought it because I was with my uncle at Orbit, and I picked it up and I said, "Do you think I should grab this one?" He said, "Dude, it's Argento. Yeah, you should grab it." So I bought it, and that's why I have Deep Red. I mean, to
Uh-huh.
be honest, when I seen Deep Red, it was before I knew what boutiques were. I didn't know what era was. I didn't really know what boutiques were. I just bought it because Deep Red. But I was like tiptoey about spending $40 on it because I think it was like $40 for the standard. Like it's just a standard black 4K era
Okay,
release that I got. I didn't
okay.
get the big. I didn't get
Chunky box set.
the Proficio, the
I know what you're
Italian
talking
name
about.
of it. I didn't get the big chunky box of it. I just got the standard, and I think it was $39.99, and I was just like, $40 for a 4K? Like, really? And my
Yeah,
uncle was like, "Dude, the movie's worth it. It's that good." That was about, and that was what was that? That would have been November of 23, I think, is when I
okay.
went to my first in-store Orbit visit. I had ordered online a few times, but I went to my first in-store, and I'm like, okay, well, this is the price of movies. Like, okay, because I don't really have stores around me, to be like, okay, well, Best Buy and Target and all this. I
Mhm.
don't have any of those types of stores around me.
Yeah.
So I've only ever had Walmart or internet kind of deal. So when I went to Orbit, I was like, wait, what are all these movies that are 40, 50, $60? My uncle was like, oh, well, they're a classics. Necromantic is a $30 Blu-ray because nobody else will print it but this company. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But hey, you live and you learn, and that's
That's
what I
right.
love about it. Like
Yeah.
and what I've liked about meeting you on here, man, is that you've really opened my eyes up to a lot of different things. Like your found footage, or not found footage, your real life, true life events one.
Yes. Yeah.
I had only heard of like 2 movies that you mentioned. You had what, 6 in there or 7?
Yeah, yeah, it was 6. I had more planned, but I think I'm gonna break them up into, make a little series out of it. So, like, 6 or 5, and then 5 more movies that are based off of true events, and then kinda continue part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, see, cause, and see, and like, and like this month, Frank's doing found footage, February.
Yes.
So I'm finding new stuff that I had never seen before or heard of before because of that too. I love it when people do that kind of stuff because I always find new things. I had never heard of Troll Hunter until Frank, and he
Mm,
praises that movie up
me
and
neither,
down.
and I bought it
Like
because he told me
he
about
praises
it.
it all up and down. I think it's on my wish list on Hamilton Book because it sits on
Okay,
Hamilton Book for like $5, I think.
okay.
I think the Blu-ray was on there for like $5 or $6.
It's not
I
bad.
I think I might be wrong. It's on a wish list somewhere. I have it on a wish list somewhere because I'm like, because I remember I was scrolling through my wish list and my wife was like, "What's Troll Hunter?" I said, "I do not know, but it's a high recommendation from someone who I really enjoy their taste in movies. So I think I might like it. I think it might be a fun ride." But I had never even heard of it. And Frank
Yeah,
swears up and down it's one of the best movies he's ever watched.
yeah.
So what was that next one you got, man? Because I think you got 6, right?
I did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the next one I got, like I said, I am. I try to pick up every Shutter title that comes out through Vinegar Syndrome. And do you guys know Chris, Spirit of Film guy Chris? He's actually the one who got me started doing that because he did that, and I was like, dude, I something I should do. So because of him, but I picked up Influencer. This is this movie. So I haven't watched this yet, but I started it on Shutter, so I haven't finished it yet. But the concept of this movie is crazy. It basically follows this girl who's an influencer, and she is on vacation in Thailand. And while she's there, she something happens. She meets a friend, a girl, and they're kind of hanging out. And she finds out that her apartment or condo where she's staying gets ransacked, and her passport is stolen. So she has to get a hold of the I guess the government to try and get her passport, get a new one. So she's stuck there a little longer. So her friends kind of showing her around Thailand and stuff. Well, they go off to this island and they hang out for the night. And then while the influencer's asleep, the girl who took her to the island leaves her at the island, just leaves her stranded on the island, and takes her life over. And she takes over her social media. She takes over her contacts, all this stuff, and tries to become her. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how I missed that one.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how I missed anybody talking about that.
Yeah. Do you have Shutter, the streaming service?
I don't.
Okay.
And to be honest, like the main reason I haven't even tried to look into Shutter is because I'm actually at the point right now where I'm trying to get my family to shave. Because I don't really stream, dude. I stream if I'm streaming something, I'm streaming YouTube, or the occasional I'll go to Max and watch a Criterion so I can test if I want to buy a Criterion on sale.
Yep. All I do is YouTube, and I stream Friends. That's really all I do. Or The Office, which I actually just bought the Friends complete collection. It's my first full complete TV show, physical media I bought. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Now, did you get the Friends 4K?
I did. And I got the UK one because it was only like $100. It was on sale.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it still is, but that one. So, you know, the Seinfeld, did you hear about the outer box? How it was like paper thin?
Yeah.
Okay. So same with the 4K for Friends, but the UK one is a rigid outer box. It was like $100. So I jumped on it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, see, I would have been way more excited about Friends, but I think it was just last Christmas. My mom bought my wife the entire series on Blu-ray, and I'm like, well, we haven't even watched through the series on Blu-ray yet. Why would I want to spend $250
to a TV show like that? I feel like Blu-ray's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I have so many shows on DVD just because for many years my thought process was TV shows are fine on DVD. Because for the longest time, they didn't even really put production and put TV shows in high definition anyways, you know? And even if they were, they weren't like given a good enough treatment to really be put on DVD. They would, or on Blu-ray, they would look just fine on a DVD.
Right.
But nowadays, I really wish I would have freaking been buying more Blu-ray shows.
Yeah.
Canyons?
No. Is that the one that came with the crayons? Because they came out with one and they sent it is kind of funny. The movie, they sent it in just a plain white slipcover, nothing on it, and wrapped it with a box of crayons to make your own slipcover.
Yeah, and from what I noticed, from what I've gathered, most collectors that bought it are keeping it sealed.
Yeah.
Like just keeping because it's sealed with the crowns sealed around the slip. So if you bust it open, you lose the crowns off the slip.
Yeah. I didn't pick it up. I actually didn't even know about it until I started seeing it pop up different places. And then I was like, what in the world is this?
I seen Garrett share it and I'm like, that's cool. But then he was like, no, he was like, as soon as you open it up, you lose the crowns on it. I'm like, what? They're wrapped around. He's like, no, Canyons has Lindsay Lohan in it. Oh, wait.
Completely off, but no, I did not pick it up.
I didn't know that existed, but Lindsay Lohan on a Vinegar Syndrome movie? I mean, that sounds like perfect smut to have on my Vinegar Syndrome shelf.
Who was it? Well, Garrett shared a title today. I think it's called, and I can't remember. Red Rooms. I think it's called.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, Red Rooms.
Dude, that's what I wanted, but the slipcover sold out. I mean, not that I have to have the slipcover, but I mean, it's nice to have it.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of wish they'd do more of the reprinted slipcovers for points, because like they always do something funky with them where they're slightly different.
Yeah.
And I wish they would just do that for more movies, or they'd have more of them kind of for you to be able to pick through of older things that haven't had them for a while. Because there's a lot of, I mean, I'm kind of newer. You're kind of newer in the grand scheme of Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot
I
of
am.
people that are, there's people coming to my little old videos finding out about Vinegar Syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
So
one of them that I really am trying to find the slipcover, and if they do like an exclusive one with the points, I would jump on it. But Bearded Film Guy Chris, I had bought from him the Scanner Cop 1 and 2 Vinegar Syndrome box.
yes.
So, and he gave it to me with it of a Body Melt, movie called Body Melt. And it didn't have a slipcover, but that's one that I really want to find the slipcover for.
Dude, so I have Scanner Cop 1. I bought it on sale last July for the last halfway to Black Friday sale. It was like $20. They did $20 4K day or whatever on that Sunday. And they did Scanner Cop, and they haven't put Scanner Cop 2 on sale yet, but I bought Scanner Cop and I never had Scanners, and I've never seen Scanners. And I didn't realize it was like a sequel to Scanners. Well, then my mom got me Scanners for Christmas, so I'm like, okay. And I totally spaced, but I bought for a gift. I bought somebody Scanners 2 and 3, like the Scream Factory set. And it's like I don't even have it, and I don't have access to it. So it's like I got a lot of purchasing I got to do so I can get all those and like sit down and watch them. But I didn't realize there were like slipcovers and box sets and stuff that I missed for Scanner Cop, and like Scanner Cop's one of my only naked Vinegar Syndromes. And I bet, and I've seen the slipcover. It looks awesome.
Yeah, my only one is Body Melt.
Do you want a Prophecy box set? Maybe.
Are you talking about the 4K one, that Vinegar Syndrome? It's got like the diagonal, how you take it. That one I am interested in. I haven't picked it up yet, but
we will talk about my next pickup then, because my next pickup was the Prophecy box set.
There it is. That's the one. That's the one.
This was another one. Like I said, I didn't do a lot of blind buys. I've seen Prophecy 1. That's all you need to see to know if you want this box set or not. So part 2 and 3 blind buys, yes, but they all have Christopher Walken in them. And some people would get on to me because this isn't a full box set, because there's a 4 and a 5. But when I started reading what people were talking about online, it came to the consensus that all you really need are these 3. And you don't really need
the only 3 that he's in, right? He's not in 4 and 5.
Yeah, he's not in 4 and 5. And from what I understand, 4 and 5 are not as good as these. But dude, this box,
I know. It's so cool.
It's so cool. And the artwork on this, I mean, it's on the back too, but the artwork on it, it's kind of hard to see if I can get the lighting just right. If I pull it far enough back, I guess if I pull it back here, it might look a little bit better. But the slip on the inside, like they have like the crows come off of his face when he comes out of it, and then it's got this sweet slip on the inside too.
So good.
And dude, this is way heavy because they put it in like I haven't opened it yet. Like I just got my package like day before yesterday or yesterday. My days are running together this week, but they put it in like an extra thick case because there's 4 discs in this.
Okay. It's like an arrow sized, like,
yes. Yes, exactly. Because what they did was they put, they've got Prophecy 1 on its own Blu-ray and on its own 4K, and then Prophecy 2 and 3 share a Blu-ray and share a 4K.
Nice. Okay. So you're still getting all 3 in 4K.
Yes. You get all 3 of them in 4K and all 3 of them in Blu-ray. You just get them spread between 2 discs.
Got it.
Cool. But part 2 and 3 sharing a disc, like I said, that from what I understand, most people buy this for part 1, and it's just cool that Christopher Walken's in 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I guess. So those are our blind buys, part 2 and 3. But dude, part 1 is awesome. I've always loved part 1.
Mhm.
And having this in hand, I'm gonna say I would buy it. And I would also say, because nobody could tell me, I asked and asked and asked what type of protector I should get for it, right? And what I mean by nobody would tell me, and I asked on the Vinegar Syndrome page, and I only had laugh reacts, basically. Like, it was like I had
Yeah.
like 19 reacts to my question, and I think 3 of them were thumbs up and the rest were laugh reacts. Like, I wasn't allowed to buy a protector for this box set.
Yeah.
What I can tell you is, I have a VSU. This is very similar in size to a VSU. I almost
Okay.
think a VSU cover would fit it.
Yeah, because I'm looking for a cover for or a protector for the Tenant.
Ooh, and that one a little bigger than a VSU?
I think so. I don't know, but it's the one that has the doors that open.
Yeah. I think that
Mhm.
one's a little bit thicker than a VSU, because
Yeah.
this one's a little bit thinner,
Uh-huh.
like this, but it's the same size all the way around, so it should fit in a VSU box. It'll have a little bit of space, but yeah, nobody
Well,
can tell me. And
you
then and
know,
then
there's a company called Katana Collectibles, and they
yes,
make yeah, I was gonna say I would check there. They make movie like you probably know movie specific
yeah,
protectors.
which it was funny because like I asked on there, and then they were like, then somebody tagged Garrett, but tagged his Facebook Born to Be Rad page, like his product page, whatever, his Born to Be Rad, his brand page, right?
Mhm.
Somebody tagged his page on there, and he comments it with a link to the Katana page for it, and I'm like, I guess I didn't really have to ask the Vinegar Syndrome page. It took 2 days for somebody to tell me just to message my friend anyways. Like, I could have just turned around and messaged Garrett on Instagram and been like, dude, what are you buying for a protector for yours?
Yeah.
Because he would have just told me. I was like, okay. So I went to the page, because I'm like, okay, this is where all the Vinegar Syndrome people will be at. I'll get help here. But
Yeah.
really, it was just a bunch of people pointing their finger and laughing at me about it. And then the only help they could give me was the help I probably should have just asked for 2 days prior.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that Katana set only because when I asked Garrett about it, I looked on the page and it said only one person had bought it. And when I asked him about it, he said he wasn't the one that had bought it, but that he was going to buy one to go with his box, because he did what I did and he bought this on the sale, because this was on sale the first day of the subscriber week.
Yes.
They had this for $40.
It's a steal.
And this was another one where I had a $5 coupon right off the rip. So I got it for like $36.
Mhm.
So three of them for 36. I mean, I thought that was a damn good deal anyways for 3 4Ks. But yeah, he bought the set in the same fashion that I did, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to order that Katana case."
Mhm.
And to be honest, I was just going to go ahead and let Garrett be the guinea pig on that.
Hey,
And
there you go.
if it didn't fit right, he would let us know.
Mhm.
And he's a big enough channel that at this point, if he was to make a video talking about, hey, I ordered this, don't order it from there, the company would fix it.
Yeah.
If I was to buy it and say it was wrong, and I was to say, hey, they need to fix it, they'd never even hear my voice. So, so I'm like, I'll wait and see if it fits, and it's okay. I've put plenty of naked movies on my shelf before. It's no big
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
I'll wait a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to ask him, see what he thought of it. I'd have to reach out to him.
I think he just got his Vinegar Syndrome order
Oh, okay.
like
Well,
a
then
day or
maybe.
2 ago as well, because I follow him on Instagram and all that stuff, and I think he just shared a picture of it. So,
Okay. Cool.
what is he talking about here? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's talking about Lindsay Lohan, and then we missed
Okay.
the next part. She's naked in it, but it doesn't help the movie.
Oh.
But that's why it's on Vinegar Syndrome. Why isn't that one that Crazy Kentuckian be trying to get everybody to buy? I pre-ordered Joy of Sex from Cinematograph.
Of course you did, Brian. That's right up
I
his alley.
mean, I expect nothing less than that from you, my good sir. I love Brian's taste in movies, man.
Yeah.
He honestly, like, and he don't even have to be in this chat right now, anyways. I'd say it without him even being in here. He's probably like one of my favorite YouTube channels right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he says some off the cuff things that other YouTubers are like, nah, you can't be saying that. And he's like, but I am, and I'll say it again. And he says it again.
Yep.
But
Well, his whole thing is, why can I say it? I'll just.
yeah, I mean, it like, and he comes from the he always comes from the love of the movie, you know. Like, he just did a video today. I haven't watched all of it yet. I ended up stopping it to sit down here, but it was talking about the different players.
Yeah, it's funny because so when he released his video for his American Pie, was it that one? I can't remember, but I had commented on there on one of his videos, like, thank you for talking about this because look, a Blu-ray, if I took a Blu-ray, like right here, this is a perfect example, it's just sitting on my desk right here, National Treasure. If I took that and I played it on a Blu-ray player that was around when this Blu-ray came out, on a TV when this Blu-ray came out, and looked at the quality, but then I take this same Blu-ray and put it on my Panasonic and my current LG TV, it would look completely different. So that's my big argument. It's not always just, well, the Blu-ray automatically looks the exact same. Well, you also have to consider your great upscaling on these 4Ks are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And the TVs.
Well, and like, Brian's the only one right now, in my opinion, that has like a big enough channel and audience that's talking about this in that fashion. Everybody's like, all the bigger channels, and I'm not mentioning no names because it doesn't really matter, but because it's even some of the smaller channels, it's like OLED or bust. If you play on a PlayStation, if you play your movies on a PlayStation 5, you're unworthy. And I'm like, hey, you're buying the 4K, you're putting it in, you're watching it on your Roku 75-inch Hisense TV. You're enjoying it, right? You're having a good time. You're turning it loud. You're turning your sound bar loud and it's bumping. You're enjoying it, right? Good for you. That's what it's about.
Yep.
I mean, my only thing about it is if I'm spending like that much money on, if I'm spending $2,000 on a TV, $500 on a dedicated player, then that's where I should be allowed to complain about my disc replacements, because I've bought the equipment for you to give me the best piece of pie to eat. Stop giving me burnt pie. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where I'm like, well, certain people do have a reason to complain about it, but so do the people that have the lower end TVs, because they're still having the same problem. The thing is that not everybody has the high end equipment, and they can't even notice the issue. Like some of the audio issues that we notice on some of the discs. Some people are with a standard sound bar without even back speakers, so they don't know there's surround supposed to be going on anyways. So that's where it's like, that's why I like that Brian was like, hey, there's different ways to watch your movies, and they're all the right way to watch your movies.
Yep, exactly. I agree.
I mean, I got stacks of VHS tapes right here. I mean, I got a tube TV right there. I don't watch but maybe 3 or 4 VHS a year, but I'll put it on while I'm cleaning the room and reorganizing the Blu-ray discs.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, it's still the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I have movies on VHS I don't have on any other format.
Hell,
I mean, this isn't the way I want to watch. This isn't the way I want to watch this, but Brian would be happy that I have it. That's the one we're upgrading, right? We're getting that. We're getting the American Wedding VHS this year.
That's funny.
All right, man. So I think you got another 1 or 2, right?
I got 2 more. How many do you have left?
I got 1 more. So if you want to show those off, I'll end it off with mine, because I got a bigger one than, well, I think it's bigger than The Prophecy in my opinion.
Okay. So this one I picked up. This one was this one was a blind buy. This was basically dude. The Hellraiser 4K box set is legit. If you
Yeah.
haven't got that, I would jump on that. But anyways, this one I picked up because Vinegar Syndrome was really, really promoting this movie, pushing it. So I jumped on it, but I got Street Trash.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
this is the
Well, wait.
one.
The box is nice. The case is nice. Did you watch the movie?
I did. Have you seen the movie?
I haven't. Is the movie nice?
So my biggest gripe I have with like those Syndrome pages, they complain a lot about like, oh, this doesn't look good. And so they were talking like really down on this movie bad. I was like, dude, there's no way. Give it a shot. Now that I'm kind of anticipating it not to be the best movie out there, I might enjoy it. So I went and picked it up. And dude, I was so excited to watch this. The effects in the movie are phenomenal. The practical effects are great. The story sucks. It's not good. And someone had said it's like a kid wrote the story and the jokes, which I thought, dude, I have kid humor, Dumb and Dumber. It's like one of my favorite movies, anything Jim Carrey. But no, this is rough.
Wow.
The story is it's all right, but but you get it for the effects, like all the stuff about them, like all the different practical effects of the movie is phenomenal. But yeah, it looks good on my shelf, definitely. But
See,
yeah, I was
they
kind of
almost
bummed
got
about
me,
it.
man. They almost got me because I'm like, man, that looks like a sweet. Like when it first came up, I'm like, oh my god, they got Street Trash, and then I'm reading, I'm like, wait, it's the new Street Trash. Because I thought it
Yeah.
was the original at first. I was
Mhm.
so excited. I almost had it. Like I had it in my cart. They almost had me purchase it, and I'm
Yeah.
reading. I'm like, it's the remake. I'm like, wait, I feel like I've not heard good things about this. Would this be like really pretty shelf art for $25, or is this something I want to watch? And the more and more I heard people talking about it, the more and more I've kind of been just a-okay that I skipped it.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed, but I have it. So,
Hey,
and I
it's a
watched
very nice looking box. Like I
it.
really love what they do with their boxes. Like
The artwork on this is awesome. But yeah, like I said, you get it for the practical effects. That's about it. And there I tried to have fun. I watched it with an open mind. There's some scenes that I kind of chuckled, but it's not only the writing, some of the acting's just not that great.
yeah.
So so there's that. And then I'll just show you my next one, then you can show your last one. This one I got just simply because, well, you probably already Virtuosity.
Right on.
I picked this up just because it was a VSU. I actually don't have a lot of VSUs. I have this Congo and what's the Roadhouse?
You got
But
good ones.
yeah, this is the Roadhouse. That was the one that's I spent some money on that one. But Virtuosity, I haven't been able to watch this one yet. Like I said, just been so busy lately. But
I mean,
now I'm excited to check
I
this one out.
remember Virtuosity being good. We used to have that one on VHS tape back in the day, like in
Uh-huh.
the 90s.
Yeah,
And I remember having a really fun time with it. I
yeah,
only skipped out on it because, well, I was kind of under the same mindset as Garrett. Garrett was like, dude, I don't think it's going to sell out. I think you'll be fine. It'll be in stock
yeah.
for a while. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll wait then because I really just wanted to get things that were kind of on sale. Like
Uh-huh.
I didn't really want to pay. I didn't really want to get any new release that was full price, except for like I got the FOMO on the ice. But it happens.
Yeah. So, but I'm happy with this. I'm excited to check it out. So,
I mean, hey man, if Navy SEALs can get a VSU, Virtuosity can.
yeah.
I have Navy SEAls.
Oh, you do?
It's one of my 3 VSUs.
Oh, really? Which ones do you have?
I got Navy SEALs and 6-string Samurai.
Okay.
And the next one I have is what I picked is my last pickup.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I got some slip covers too, and I know you did because your stuff's in slip covers. And I only want to, or protectors. I only want to say that because Holland's laughing at us about our protectors, which, hello, Holland. I don't know if I had said hi to you or not yet, my good friend, but it's not an official live stream if Holland Oates does not pop in and say, hey. So once he pops into your live stream, it's an official physical media live stream. But he was laughing at us about that a little bit.
That's all right. I like to protect mine. It's okay. I'll take it.
Even some of the people that laugh about it do it. Protect theirs as well. They just they just like to make fun of people that are like-minded. So I got I waited till the last day to make my final purchase. It's a VSU. It was on a really good sale, and because of all of the things that I bought through the week, I had another coupon built up.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
So I paid $16.04 for it, and it is a blind buy. It is a first-time watch for me, but I got sidekicks.
Yeah. I was gonna buy that, and then I went to go pick it up, and it wasn't on sale anymore.
Yeah, this was to be honest, I kind of like. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very, very happy about the Prophecy. But I'm just as excited about sidekicks.
Yeah,
only because when you compare them, I think they run about the same price for their regular MSRP. I think they both run $59.95 or whatever is what Vinegar Syndrome usually does their VSUs for, and then Prophecy kind of fits that same line.
Yeah,
I couldn't get Prophecy even with a coupon under $35, but I got this for like $16.
Yeah,
and I mean, like I said, I've never seen it before, but I dig Chuck Norris in the few things I've seen him in, and I'm a big Jonathan Brandis fan.
Yeah, look at that artwork though on the inside with the American flag. It's just so cool.
It just looks so good. It doesn't want to open up any more than that, but
no, but that looks so cool. Such awesome artwork.
Yeah, it looks sick. I love it, and like they always do us. Oh, did I pop that back up? I guess I did. They always do us, those nice books in there, like nice magazines and whatnot. So, and then I don't know. I really like how they do the slips inside the slips.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised that I was able to get this one for as cheap as I was, because when this one launched, this is nice too. I like this. I think this looks.
Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah,
and it wraps around, which I know you're a fan of those. Every time I do a video, I don't know if you've heard me, but I mention you in a lot of my videos when I'm talking about like steel books and stuff. I'm like, hey, it's one of those wraparounds. My buddy Jordan loves the wraparounds.
Heck yeah.
So
yeah, dude. That picture reminds me, and I honestly can see Vinegar Syndrome do this, but Three Ninjas.
Dude, I would love it if they did Three Ninjas.
Doesn't that look like a Three Ninjas like shot?
It really does.
That's what I immediately thought of when I saw that.
It really does. Like I said, this is really good. Like I said, I'm Jonathan Brandis fan, of course, Never Ending Story. And I grew up watching Sequest.
Okay.
That was the TV show that he was on. He played one of like the cadet. He played like he was like the junior officer or whatever. Like he was like a staff member of the ship, but he was like a early high school graduate or whatever on the ship. But he became the main star. It became his show in season 3. Once I don't remember the guy's name, but he was in Jaws, the main guy from Jaws. Because he was in that show as well.
Okay.
In Sequest.
I could see his face, but I can't think of his name.
But when he left the show and then it became Jonathan Brandis' show, and it sucks because I thought he was a good actor. I thought the kid was a good actor. And it's just a shame, that he didn't get the right parts and never took off in it, and he decided that he wasn't worthy enough to continue to be with us any longer because of it. Because that's what happened, I believe. If I'm remembering correctly, he got depressed and because he wasn't getting the roles he thought he deserved in Hollywood. It was one of those childhood actors that just I don't know, just didn't get to make it. I guess
Yeah.
sadly, because I
That
like
is
even
sad.
things. I have staples in my childhood with that guy in them. So.
Right. Right.
But hey,
Yep.
I mean, I was very happy to grab this one, and I feel like 3 VSUs is still a respectable amount to have for someone that doesn't try to collect the entire line.
Mhm.
And it's
I
like
mean,
that. I mean,
I'd love to have the entire line, but, some
they're
of
too
them
expensive now.
will do Showgirls. I mean, good luck getting that thing under $150.
Same with Beastmaster. If you want Beastmaster in the big
Mhm.
box, I
Yeah.
have I have just the slip cover because they did an ultimate slip cover that's
Okay.
basically the whole box art, but it's just a slip cover now.
Nice. Okay.
And I got that not last summer, but the summer before last for their Black Friday sale. Or no,
Mhm.
no, it was Labor. They did a Labor Day sale. They do Labor Day sales too. Man, Vinegar Syndrome always.
Yeah.
I think they do 4 sales a year, that are heavy because they do their I guess they do their Valentine's Day, their subscriber. They're halfway to Black Friday,
Yeah.
and then their Labor Day, and then of course everybody does Black Friday. But
Right.
let's see, we got see what we got here. I tried 3 times, just couldn't get through Street Trash. Yeah.
Yeah, I forced myself to sit through the entire thing. Yeah, and I'm upset about it because I was really, really hyped for it. I mean, even the trailer didn't even make it seem as bad as it was.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shame, man. It is because you would think that, like, with a beloved movie like that, that the
Yeah.
remake would the remake would be decent. You never expect it to be as good or better than the original,
Mhm.
but you would expect it to still be decent.
I could almost forgive the writing a little bit if the acting was better, but the acting was atrocious. It was bad.
You're like, it's not just the words you were given; it's how you're saying them too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Those are 3 terrific VSU
Oh,
titles,
thank
Jordan.
you. Thank you.
When I start dipping into Vinegar Syndrome, I was showing my mom what they had. She's like, Navy SEALs. She's like, that's kind of good. She was like, that's kind of different for them.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, it is. But hey,
Their
I mean,
VSU line, they really don't do their traditional, horror schlocky type of stuff. It's always something like that.
I'm hoping that I get Congo. I do want to get Congo at some point. I just don't think I don't think I'm really in a need to rush for it yet. I think it's going to be
Okay.
like Sidekicks. Because I remember when Sidekicks come out, I was sitting at a school at a wrestling match with my son for some reason. He wasn't on the wrestling team. He just had some friends that were
Okay.
playing there, but we were a couple of towns over, and I'm like, dude, I don't really want to go. He was like, can you take me 35 minutes over to this other town, to this other school to watch this wrestling match? I'm like, yeah, I guess if you buy my ticket. I said, because I'd really rather be at home. Vinegar Syndrome's doing a drop tonight. I sat there with an earbud in my ear at this wrestling match, watching. I think it was actually Garrett with the Dead Pit guys
Yeah.
going through, and they were talking about sidekicks, and they were like, "Sidekicks? What is this? Who's excited about this?" And Garrett was like, I am." So like, I never really thought that sidekicks was gonna get affordable.
Yeah.
I always just kind of thought that it would be one of those ones that would stay pricey-ish. So we got I turkey bag my movie.
Oh,
Hey,
the
I know a lot of people do. I just
Yeah.
don't. My biggest issue is I don't want it to be a chore every time I go to watch a movie. That's where I got so fed up with streaming is I do the unlimited scroll and never actually watch anything. Or when I settle on something, I never would finish it because I'd fall asleep because I spent an hour looking for something to watch. And now I get to the point now if I go to start digging out my movies, I'm like, I go to pull it out, I pull it out of the case, and I open it all up and kind of start reading. Oh, I don't know if I want to watch this. I got to put it all back in. I got to do it again with like 3-4 movies. I might be done retaping my bags because I
Yeah.
think that's the only way you can rebag them is to just use Scotch tape. From
Yeah,
what
that's
I
one of the
gather.
reasons I'm not a fan of the bagging them. I get Well, basically like what Vinegar Syndrome sells, but there's a company called Malco Cases, and I get their stuff for most of mainly
Yeah,
my steel books because
which I think I got a link from you. They sell them on Amazon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sell some of them on Amazon, but if you want to get like your Arrow ones or your Criterion size ones, those you have to get on their website.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to like getting protector cases, I'm getting them for my Vinegar Syndromes kind of as I order them from the site because it's just easy to kind of keep up with it
Yeah.
like that. And they make such really nice boxes. But the first things I really want to protect would be my steel books. Like those
Yeah.
are really what I want to put protectors on.
Yeah, just because they scratch so easy, they damage easy. So that's the only reason why I was really
That's
particular with getting
which is why a lot
getting
of my steel books aren't opened. Because I'm like, if I open it, it'll get scratched. So
Yeah.
it's just one of those things where, you get
Mhm.
it, you get it. Roy Schneider, yes, that was his name, Roy
Yeah.
Schneider. Jordan loves the rapper. That's not what I meant. Oh God,
It's
is
what
that how?
you said, but he's
That's
not
totally how
wrong.
I said it. But I say he likes the wrap around art. I always put the word art because
There is an
that's
art
how
to
you
it.
say it. That's how that's how you say it. Because I remember, man, I remember how you how like enthralled you were with that 300 steelbook, you know.
Mhm.
And then when you said that, I'm like, I realized that my favorite steelbook is a wraparound art as well, because my favorite steelbook from last year was the Killer Clowns one,
Dude,
and it
yeah.
wraps around and it's all one art too.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I think Jordan's got a idea going on here. If it's a
Mhm.
wraparound, it might be one of the better ones of the year.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
the ones that are plain on the back, what do they think? We're gonna keep our J cards on them?
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I do. I keep
Mhm.
my J cards on them, but I know
I
so
don't
many people that like get a shoe box and they keep them in a shoe box
That's
separate.
what I do. I save all my J cards, like on my umbrella releases, all the backs. I save all that stuff, but I store them on my shelf back there without them on.
It makes it a little easier. Like if you start trying to take them in and out of protectors or sliding them in and out, you're gonna end up bending up your J cards and messing them all up anyways. Before I really knew anything about it, I have a steelbook from like 2009. It's an old
Yeah.
Resident Evil steelbook, and it's when they were J cards. The actual card wraps around the bottom and up the back, so it's an actual
Yes.
J card.
Mhm.
And I didn't know any better, and I just folded it up and stuck it inside the slip inside the steelbook. Luckily, I still had it when I started getting all these scanned apps. I'm like,
Mhm.
I had this steelbook. I open up. I'm like, 2010 me was super smart. Like I kept my barcode because
Yeah.
in 2010 we weren't scanning these things in on smartphones and keeping track of all of it. We
Mhm.
just kept it in our brain or on a spreadsheet on our computer.
Yeah. Yep. I still kick myself because I bought the Halloween, the new Blumhouse trilogy, the steelbook box set with the steelbooks
Ooh.
inside. I took off the J card and I just and threw it away. That was
Oh,
early on, and so just, to this day, it kills me. Yep.
hey, Jeff, you have more VSUs than me. I just have sidekicks and Congo. Oh, so me and you both have more than Brian. We might have to change that. We might have to get Brian a number 3. You have to have 3 VSUs. That's the rule. 3, at least 3. Do they have at least 3 good ones? Do we all have at least one stinker in our VSU? I have Six String Samurai. So,
Yeah, I don't
but to
know.
be
I
but
think mine are okay so
to
far.
be fair, I actually watched some of Six String Samurai before I put it in my cart and hit purchased. I knew what I was buying before I bought it because the entire movie is on YouTube and it actually looks watchable and it looks good on YouTube.
Okay.
It's kind of one of those. I think the main reason why Six String Samurai gets as much flack as it does,
Uh-huh.
being in the big box, is because one, it's not really the best movie. It's you got to kind of be of that style. I dig it. It's goofy enough for me. I like that kind of goofy,
Mhm.
but there's a very nice, clean, free to watch cut on YouTube because
Yeah.
I believe it's royalty free. So I think that was the big like laugh about it was that it's number 1 or number 2 in the VSU line, but it was like a public domain movie more or less.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big
That makes
ongoing joke
sense.
about it. But I got it when it was $20. I got it last January. It was the $20 title, and then this year was Sidekicks. So
Yeah.
every subscriber week there's a VSU for $20. I'm hoping that next year it's Congo. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well,
But it might sell
Sidekicks
out
was the
before then.
one that came out before Congo, right?
Which one?
Which one released right before Congo? Was it Sidekicks?
Sidekicks is number 5.
Okay.
No, Navy SEALs.
That's right.
And Navy SEALs hasn't been on sale yet.
Okay. So you have a little bit for Congo, maybe.
Yeah, so it might be a little bit for Congo. Because I feel like they kind of go in the ones that are older. They put those on sale first.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are still on. Well, when you got good company, it's hard to let it go, right? Frank, Showgirls is probably the best VSU. Transfer is phenomenal, and the set is eye popping. Nice. You know what? Now this might be a little blasphemous, but I think we can get away with saying this. What if we get the standard Showgirls, right? Because it's still out. Like you can get just the standard. And what if we get Blockbuster box sets to make us a really nice slipcover to go with it?
He might. I don't know. I don't
Like, dude,
know.
would you do that? Would you like make some VSU boxes for some of us that missed out on the box?
That'd be funny. Yeah. Yeah, he might.
Of,
I don't know.
of course, I don't know if he would really want to advertise that because they might actually probably go for that. They build their whole brand on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're waiting for you, Frank. Dude, 5,000 turkey bags for $80 years ago. I'd still be using turkey bags too because I don't have 5,000 worth of bag in them.
Yeah.
The bags are resealable, and at a penny or two a piece, they are no thought in throwing one away and putting on a new one. I don't know. You don't know my OCD. You don't know me. I'll retape that thing 20 times. Congo still has over 2,000 units. You're good to wait. Yeah, that's why I wait on Velocity as well, or Veracity as well. I want both of them, but I feel like they'll both kind of go on sale. And I only have Navy SEALs because I won it in a members giveaway on a YouTube channel I'm a member
Oh,
of.
nice.
So I'm only like $35 deep on 3 VSUs. Like, so
That's
I don't.
pretty good.
That's why if somebody's like, you don't have good VSUs, I got $35 worth of VSUs, so I got what I got. Like, and Sidekicks is probably worth the 35 by itself.
I was gonna say that one might be pretty good.
Yeah, and honestly, I hadn't seen Navy SEALs until I got the Vinegar Syndrome because I had the standard Blu-ray, but I just never got around to watching it. So when I got it, I went ahead and busted it open and watched it, and I liked Navy SEALs. Like I think it's a good time. It's definitely a B movie, but if you know that going into it and you like Charlie Sheen, you'll have a good time with it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a terrible movie. So
yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
Awesome.
dude, we almost went for like 3 hours.
I know,
I'm
we killed
hoping
it
that
tonight.
I hope I did not keep you
No, dude, you're
longer
good.
than you were wanting to.
It's only 9:00 here, so I'm okay.
Oh, cool. You still got time to go watch a movie.
Well, and I was thinking about what movie I wanted to watch, but I might have to go finish Iced.
Right? Yeah. We got to see what that twist ending's all about.
Yeah.
Because I hear, I mean, I don't know if it's twist, but I hear it has somebody said it was a crazy over the top ending. And I'm like, okay. Because like I said, I watched the first 15 minutes twice because I watched 15 and then I turned around and watched the 45. So I know what happens to Jeff.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how crazy and twisted can it be? So I'm wanting to see how it twists there.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that might be what I'm watching tonight too.
There you go.
I might have enough time. It's only what, an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the run time.
97 minutes.
Yeah, it's like an hour 37.
So yeah, that's not bad at all. So that might be what we're watching tonight.
Nice.
All right, man. So if you just want to tell everybody, where they can find you, maybe what you got coming up, if you're on any other live streams you want to promote, you can go ahead and do that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely find me on YouTube, the Movie Den. On Instagram, it's at the_movie_den_. So after each word, there's an underscore. You'll find me on there. Upcoming content. Let's see. Tomorrow's what, the 14th. That puts us like right at halfway. I usually like to do a mid-month movie haul, so that one will be coming out. It's I spent way too much money this month, Jeff. It's bad. I'm not kidding.
No,
So
no, I feel you.
it's gonna be a big haul. So
Well, I
that's
mean, did you see my thumbnail for my January haul where I was holding a big old box?
mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
that box was completely full. Like
Yeah.
everything that was in that box, it was a full box.
Mhm.
I needed that box just to keep everything kind of
Yeah.
stacked in there so I could pull it out with the
There you go.
quickness.
I
So
and then I do have a video. I need to do it. I've been putting it off, but with Umbrella's release of the Terrifier movies, I don't know if you guys heard of the band Ice Nine Kills.
yes,
I'm sure you guys have. Okay. I
yes.
love them. I listen all the time. They released a song. They did the official song for Terrifier 3. And so I'm a musician. I play guitar, and so I was going to do is I'm planning on doing a cover of that. Just let you guys know, spoiler, I'm doing a cover of that. Me playing the song, showcasing the box on the side or something like that. So be on the lookout for that because I really got to get that one out. So
Yeah, dude, that'll be
that's about
fun.
it.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I just have to get time to. I know the song, just have to nail down the parts and where I'm comfortable enough to record it.
Right, right. I mean, it gets to a point too where you just get it's just a little bit harder, even when you know what you're doing. As soon as you hit that record button, it just changes
Yeah,
things a little
dude,
bit.
always does. But yeah, that's my new stuff. As far as live streams, so I paid for StreamYard, the mid tier one, just to try it out, and I might start doing live streams weekly. I haven't decided yet, so you'll probably be seeing my face more often on live streams. But that's
Cool,
all I got.
cool. Well, if you start doing some live streams and you ever want to have somebody on to come hang out and chat, dude, I'm more
Mm,
than wanting to.
yeah,
Let's say that, not willing to, more than wanting to.
yeah,
I love having good conversations. You're great to
yeah,
have conversations. I mean, dude, we only had like 10 different movies between the two of us, and we sat here and talked showing them off and BS for 3 hours.
yeah,
And I'm sure we could probably go for 3 more hours.
yeah.
So, um,
Oh, and one other thing. So me and a couple of guys, a few other guys, we've been doing this thing on Sunday. So it started on Instagram, and last Monday we moved it over to YouTube, Sunday Scaries, where we just talk about horror movies we picked up, watch lists, stuff like that. So I think that's going to be something kind of moving forward, I guess, with live streams. So that's something kind of cool. We're looking into doing that. That's more of a Chris Bearded Film Guy. Chris, that's his baby. That's his creation. So I don't want to speak too much on it, but
right,
that's
right. But
something
but
you can kind of,
you're a part of it. You can definitely share it out a little
yeah,
bit, let
yeah,
people know to keep an eye out. Cause
yeah.
I didn't know you guys were doing that. I caught you on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
I think last week, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe I got the notification for it from your channel. And I'm
Yeah,
like, wait, Movie Den's going live. So I clicked on it and you guys were sitting in there just chit chatting. And I'm like, oh, this
yeah,
is usually Chris's thing on his channel. So
yeah,
then I kind of put the two and two together. And then about 10 minutes into it, you guys were like, yeah, um, well, we just switched it up a little bit, but we might do this from here on out. So
yeah,
it was
yep,
a lot of fun. I mean, you guys went for about this long,
yeah, yeah,
3.5 hours.
yeah. We switched it to Monday because Sunday was the Super Bowl. So
But you guys are going to be doing Sundays?
that's kind of what we're gonna do. Just Sunday night, Sunday scaries type of thing. So yeah.
Should be a lot of fun. Do you know if that is that going to continue to be on your channel?
Out of the group of guys that have been on it, I think I'm the only one that has a StreamYard. So possibly, but I don't know. That's still kind of in the works, and it's very, very early on.
Right, right. Well, I on that note, I will let people know I'm using StreamYard tonight, and I don't know what's going on with it because I did not pay for it, but there is no little ducky over in the corner,
I
as
see
far as
that.
I can tell. And so I don't know where that came from. That's kind of cool. But am thinking about leaving StreamYard and going to EveMux because I like their yearly plan better. I can swallow that price a lot better for what they give you versus price. I looked at the 1 year for StreamYard, and what they wanted to charge me was $468, I think.
It's pricey, yeah.
And EveMux gives you the exact same thing for $238 a year.
Okay.
So but they let you multi-stream on at 6 places. I don't know how. I think StreamYard let you do 4. So EveMux, you actually get more as well. You get 6.
I'll have to look into that.
6 destinations, but I'm looking into possibly doing that for my channel. You know, it's tax time and stuff, so you can't make any real purchases until all those types of things get kind of figured out. But I was looking into it because I'm wanting to move away from doing videos on my phone. I'm wanting to do them kind of on the computer. And EveMux has an entire studio built into it too,
Nice.
that you can film pre-recorded videos and stuff as well. But you can't do it on their free version. You can only do it on their cheaper paid version. There's because they're just like StreamYard, where they have free, standard, and professional.
Yep.
But I always just go with standard. I mean, I'm just a standard guy. I'm just on here trying to have fun. And if I go with the standard, it makes things easy to do. I mean, I was able to work things out pretty easy in here tonight by switching things up. But I think that's pretty much going to do it. I'm going to Orbit on Saturday. We did not get 5 super chats, but we did get a super sticker with the 4. So I guess that counts. So I will still do an extra live stream. I don't know if I'll do one in store because I don't know how the employees feel about being live in the store. I don't think they'll mind if I record, because if you go back on my channel, I have a video somewhere on here that has about 6,000 views, and it's a tour of the store from about a year and a half ago. I don't know if I'm going to go as in depth this time, because that video took me about 3 hours to record, and I still shaved it down to a 45-minute video, and then was told that I moved too fast. But it took me 3 hours to record it. And this time I'm going there with my wife, and it's kind of like a movie hunt date for Valentine's Day.
That'll be fun.
So I'll do a little bit of recording, and I'll probably do like a curated video, kind of just showing off little bits and pieces of the store. And she's going to record me kind of browsing the shelves and doing that kind of thing. So I don't know if I'll get to actually go live this weekend, because she took the weekend off and we're going to spend the weekend together. But I do owe you guys an extra live stream now, so we will get an extra live stream this week from the donations. And oh my goodness, we just got
I just saw that. Yep.
Yes. Okay, so I did not get that Stir of Echoes steelbook. That steelbook was really cool, and it was 4K. But is the imprint 4K?
Yes.
Okay, because I know imprint still does Blu-ray sometimes, right?
I'll show you right there if you guys want to see it. Is it gonna focus?
There it is. Nice.
So definitely.
All right, that's great, because that's part of the stuff that I need to. Where is it at?
Oh, this looks good.
That looks like it's going to be a worthy upgrade to my DVD. Now, I won't get rid of this DVD when I upgrade it, because I have one of the coolest DVDs ever.
That's cool.
But it's got the slip cover.
Nice.
I'll probably keep it just because it's cool and I love the movie. I've just never upgraded the movie from this before, because I always just was fine with this one. But
yeah,
that imprint, they're boutique, right? So they're probably $49.99 for the MSRP or more.
Yeah, I was gonna say might be more. I'm pulling it up right now. And they're Australia too. Let's see.
Gonna have to hit Orbit up. You'll have to hit the movie room up.
Yeah.
I would
Anyways.
I would promote them guys a lot more, but I can't. I mean, for me to use them would be like taking out of your guys' mouths on the West Coast. You know, I have plenty of people to shop on the East Coast from. You know,
Oh yeah,
and
I mean,
you guys
shipping
can get
wise,
stuff
it take you
quicker
a
from
while.
them over there.
Yeah. Looks like it is. Oh, it's 8. Or here we go.
1,500 copies only.
Well, it's $80. $80 Australia. So whatever that equates to US. Because I know ours would technically be cheaper. I mean, it's not really cheaper, but it's less than 80 for us.
And it's only 1,500, so I don't think Orbit will get it. It'll be imprint only, won't it?
I might have to do it. All right, well, we'll see. Hopefully it's available tomorrow. Payday's tomorrow, so.
Nice. All right, well, we got Stir of Echoes, guys. That's a good way to end it off. We got Stir of Echoes, and like I said, you guys heard it here first. We have Lethal Weapon coming out this year.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw this on here, and then if they tell me that it's copyright, we'll take it off because it's gonna be right here at the end of the video. But we're gonna exit with one of my favorite video clips from last year, and we'll be getting on out of here. So we'll see you guys around.
Bye, guys.